Bam! This is a special occasion. The Champ Vanderford channel is been on fire, and no better way to continue the flames as we are here engulfed with two great collectors. Um, we're gonna do a showcase of Graham has some amazing stash. Everyone that knows Graham follows him. They know that this dude does not play around. He fucking brings the heat. He has done it consistently. He is right now been hunting down South America for I don't know how long. He's been killing it. Like some of the items that he's gonna show like are like out of this world, and the fact that they're still in action to me is crazy that these things aren't burned or lost in time. And that's the beauty about this, right? All these items kind of are just like, what's the word, like a time capsule, right? And it's an honor to have Graham here with us, and an honor to have Seb making his first appearance. Both of y'all actually are making the first appearance, so the champ feels honored, blessed, appreciative, lucky. I feel like Suge Knight now. Like I just feel good because like it just feels good that we're able to do this. I think the like three of us hunt. We're in different eras. We different, like what's called like rabbit holes, but the three of us really love this, man. We do our thing. Like I think all three of us do our thing, that we're able to do our thing. That's what I've always said. Like it's cool when you could live your life and then still be able to have this like what's called like Batman type of thing like going on at night when we're always hunting, we're always on different websites, we're always on the what's called like Discord. So yeah, I think I'm blabbering. I've had about 4 or 5 beers. I'm excited, as you can tell. And the champ's eyes look chinky-eyed, sweaty, nice and sweaty, and what's called like lathered up. So guys, both of y'all, it's really cool that we're here. It's an honor for Champ to have y'all here. I think a lot of people on our Discord are gonna go crazy when they see this. I don't think no one is expecting this, honestly. So this is pretty cool. So each of y'all just say what up, man.
What's up, man? Thanks for having us.
What's up?
What's up, champ?
Finally got me on live. All good.
Wow.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This
Good to
feels
put some faces to the names.
right.
Seriously.
Finally, man. And shout out to the Discord, all the like card geeks and sticker simps that are on there hunting all day long. Y'all are not caring for your families and not caring for your children by always spending time with us. So we
No, but
are,
really, like, shout out to the Discord because
yeah,
honestly, that place is the best. It
Yeah.
really is. I
it's-
mean, none of the stuff. Like, I came in, first card I got was Mason Greenwood. Like, if it wasn't for the Discord, yeah, no. If it wasn't for the Discord, like all the collectors in there, no chance. I get half the stuff I have in my collection.
yeah,
100%.
I'm the same way, man. I think we found the right lane. I think it could have been bad if we would have went with like another lane or found another source of like info. I think we found the source. Like I think,
For sure.
and as time goes on, I think more people are gonna join up, and and there's people that don't even post that are on it. And I saw that at what's called Soko. People were coming up, they fucking knew details about me. I'm like, who the hell are you? Oh, I'm so and so.
Sure.
Post? No, I don't post. I'm like, what the hell? So I think
I
it's
was just lurking in there for like the first year I was in there. I think
right.
it took 6 months to post.
So now, man,
no shame in lurking.
Whatever. Yeah.
But they gotta post, man. God damn it. I told them all, I was like, y'all gotta post, or y'all are getting a free fucking what's called Primo t-shirt. Like so,
I mean, it is intimidating. To some guys, it's intimidating for sure.
no, it is. And that's something that I'm trying to work on to make our space more cool. You know what I mean? Like, because I want people to share. Because I was scared to share for the first, I say 4 or 5 months. I didn't post nothing.
Mm.
And then once I started posting, that's the greatest feeling on earth, when you know that you're posting to people that are just as nerdy as you. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, we're here. It's now 10:45 Houston time. That means it's
11:45 here.
Cali and 11:45 in DC. Shout out to the tariffs and shout out to Tom. But yeah, man, dude, like Graham, what the hell? How did you get to the point? And I'm gonna ask Seb the same question of how did you get so far down the South American rabbit hole from when you started to now? Like, how was that journey for you the last 3-4 years of getting to where you're at now? Because you're deep in it. You're like neck deep.
I think so. I got back into cards like very close to the end of 2020, like December 2020. And that was like, I wasn't even soccer cards. I think I bought like a box of like Prism draft picks basketball or something horrendously worthless. And then realized that there were like soccer cards, was just ripping a bunch of like Topps Chrome into Modern for probably like 5-6 months after that. And then was in pre-Modern. And then the first time I really got into vintage was like late 2022, I think. So it took me like almost 2 full years to get to like the 50s. I think I bought a Pele card, the Crack, the one that's like the same design as like the Topps football cards.
Those are cool.
From Argentina.
Yeah.
And then I discovered Toto and was just living on like Spanish 1950s issues, buying like I've realized that like if you bought 1953 albums, you got Di Stefano first year at Real Madrid, you got early Kubala, like second year Kubala cards, you got Hento rookies, a couple albums have Luisito Suarez rookies, you got late career Tomo Zara. So that I basically was like, all right, well, like 53, 54, 55, there's like a ton of. So I was basically just buying up albums and started removing albums, realized that was like a good value play.
Wow.
And then I don't even really know when I got into like pre-war. I'm trying to think. I remember the way I got into Uruguay was there was a lot that sold on Laudens that was like those 1935 Por la Noblesse cards with like Sastre and a bunch of Argentine legends, and it went super cheap. And I at that point thought that Laudens only had UK issues, so it like wasn't even on my radar. But when that sale happened, I set up like a save search for just South American cigarette cards, and got a notification one day, and it was a lot that was the Crack lot that I ended up buying that had Andrade, Nasazi, Saya, and was like, holy shit. Like basically like I can't believe these cards are for sale. Like I have to win them. And started really like looking into those players at that point. And then ended up winning it. And then like basically from then on, I was just kind of like all in trying to find more stuff from those guys. Ended up found a lot on Mercado Libre Uruguay, and in order to buy it, I needed somebody in Uruguay, so I was just messaging sellers that were in Uruguay, and one of the dudes got back to me. I got his WhatsApp, figured out a deal on that, like stayed in touch, and then like he ended up being like a dude that now he just sends me stuff all the time. So I bought like tons of stuff from him. So that was kind of just like a random connection. So it all just kind of like evolved, naturally over the course of, let's say it took me 2 years to get back into vintage. And then that lot that I bought, the Crack lot, was early 2023. So probably 5 months after I went back into like the 50s, I got into like the pre-war stuff. And then the last 20, and the other thing that happened is like 2023, a bunch of people left. Like prices were super low. It was before Ed came in and started buying like things, like, there, Pip left, a few people left, and there was just stuff that you could buy stuff. So I picked up a lot of really
everything. Fuck.
During 2023.
What time does that auction close for you guys?
Laudens?
Yeah.
Like You know how it is. Like it's like starts.
It's like
For me, it starts at like 3 a.m. But there's like
Yeah.
depends on what lot number it is. So that one I actually remember. It's so funny. I remember watching the auction happening for the crack lot, and they were like, "Oh well, the high bid is like $250." Oh, like there's an internet bid for $3,000. They were like laughing at, and I was like, "Fuck you guys," you know, like this. These are awesome. Yeah, that one I think what happened at like 5 a.m. I basically woke up and like checked my phone online and was like watching the auction.
I can never figure that thing out.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that answers your question. But like the last like year and a half or so, I feel like I've been in a much more like steady. I've still been like picking stuff up. Like obviously, you know, like I buy like ultra modern basketball stuff randomly, Steph Curry, Warrior stuff, like.
Boo.
Oh, yeah. You guys got KD. You'll be fine. You know. Like,
Yeah, I know. But still, said the Warriors, man. Boo.
Like, I collect some ultra modern soccer, and I have like a huge R9 stash. R9 was like my goat growing up. My first soccer memory is like that. So it's so funny. It's not even really a game. It's the '98 World Cup commercial where the Brazilian team is at the airport.
Yeah.
All going to the airport, and then R9 like takes a shot and hits a little pole and knocks over. Like they're playing the Sergio Mendes in the background. That's like my earliest soccer memory.
88, man.
Yeah, but
those commercials back in the day used to be really good.
Yeah, dude, the 2002 commercial was sick too with Cantona. They dropped the ball in the cage. I had that. They had a game.
That was a freaking good one too.
Yeah, it was.
I had that game on computer.
And so you've always like sold to fund your like you've always been selling. And
I would say the first 2 years I was like horrible at selling, and then at a certain point, basically what happened is I had a kid, and then I was like poor, you know, like my wife stopped working because she had to watch the kid. Like, you know how it is. Like, it's just expensive to have kids. So I basically, out of necessity, I was either like stop buying as much or like figure out a way to like fund your purchases. So I started buying lots and like doing the album thing, like, and then like selling a few cards in the lot or like from the album to try to like at least knock the price down on the stuff that I really wanted, and funding stuff that way, and just selling stuff too. Like, I mean, I've sold a lot of stuff. I think selling is important. I think it's a good exercise to go through because it forces you to like realize it's way harder to sell than it is to buy. Like, it seems like it's a very extremely simple concept, but like it's so easy to buy stuff. It's like the easiest thing in the world to be like, I want this, like buy. And then you go to sell it and you're like, damn, nobody really wants it. Nobody wants this for the price that I'm trying to list. Yeah. So forcing yourself to go through that, you kind of realize like the stuff that does do well. And it's just, I'm like a learn by doing kind of person. And I have to just like fail and then figure out what works and figure out what doesn't work. But
nice, man.
You definitely figured it out, bro. You're doing a great job.
Thanks,
and Seth, the question I think we all like want to know: how the hell does Seb get to the dusty and rare Italian items from when you first started, and when did you start, and how the hell are you where you're at now? Because you're deep in it, bro. You've like showed me pictures in your phone. You could post for the next 12, 15 years about
legitimately.
Like literally, this man has like pictures of all the stuff he gets. How the hell did you get to where you're at, and where did you start?
I mean, I was collecting when I was little, like just like all of us, collecting back in the day. In my 20s, lost interest. Came back to it when I got older, right around 2020, around that time too. Same as everybody else. So my brother-in-law came over and he was like, "Hey, have you seen what's going on with cards?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh, do you still have your cards when you were little?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I went down, looked at my stash. It was all like basketball, football, whatever. But it like completely like opened the door up for me again. So I started searching. Grab some Mason Greenwood cards. I'm a Manchester United fan. So I'm like, all right, let me see what's going on. Grab one here, grab one there. Then lost interest in modern really quick. Started looking at for best Charlton stuff like that, and then happened to come across a video, one of Bill's videos on YouTube. Started watching that. Jumped into the Discord. Then just watching the Discord, seeing what everybody else is collecting, seeing all the cool stuff that was out there. And literally I just kind of was on the Discord religiously, just watching the stuff. So all the amazing stuff that's there, you're like, how can I not go after it? So I just kind of start chasing all that stuff, having fun, collecting a lot of good stuff. And then, as I'm watching their videos, joined premium and all that. And Bill and Al used to always say, Piola, he's underrated, underrated. So I started grabbing a couple of Piola cards. As I started grabbing Piola cards, that Brad comes in the mix. He messages me. Me and him
Right.
started hitting it off. I guess he saw me as his competition or something. I don't know. He got into my DMs. Me and him hit it off. And then me and him were like BFFs. That's my boy. So basically, Brad just kind of, me and him were just on eBay all the time, looking up cards. He was teaching me with all this stuff. He literally got me through all the Italian, all the players, whatever, taught me about sets. So, after a while, it became really comfortable for me. And it kind of became the stuff I was most interested to go after. Along with the Manchester United players, I would grab all those guys at the same time, learn through the Discord, learn through Scott, all the other guys, what sets are good, what a player, which ones to pick up. And then progressively, it's basically, just seeing all the cool stuff that was out there through the Discord, kind of going, looking for the stuff when I saw it and I liked it, go after it. So that's kind of where the progression of things. And now I'm just like, I'm just grabbing whatever I can find, kind of thing.
Fully blown
Everything
out.
that's cool, I want to grab it.
Man, Brad was funny, man. Brad, I think yeah, he was getting shit early on where it was like he didn't care how beat up it was. He actually preferred the shit beat up, right? Like early on. And
Yeah, he would just grab whatever.
I was like, no borders, ripped up.
Mm,
And shout out to Brad. He actually left his concert and he came to say hi to us.
that's my boy.
So
Literally, Brad taught me so much about the hobby.
yeah, no, he knows, bro. He is knowledgeable, bro. He's
Yeah.
he's the second person that actually was called like chilled with in Houston. He was in Houston, I don't know for what, and he hit me up. He's like, "Yo, man, let's fucking grab a beer." The first person was PJ. I'm still traumatized of that experience.
TJ.
I still see a psychiatrist twice a week from the PJ meeting. But nah, man, Brad, I think is like a really good dude. He's very passionate. He's very someone that really is firm in his stance, right?
That's what I needed too. I mean, like I'm like just buying whatever. He's like, dude, he's like, you're not paying that much for that. And he's like, you're smarter than that, right? I'm like, yeah, am I smarter? Yeah. Actually, cool. I am smarter. Yes.
Brad is a cheap.
Yeah, he's a cheat. He approaches it logically, and I don't know any better. I'm just trying to buy whatever.
Yeah.
So, he set me straight on a lot of stuff, and at the same time, he led me for the Italian stuff. He led me in the right direction. So,
Nice. Nah,
but
man.
anyways, yeah, it kind of the Italian stuff. I just got comfortable with it really quick. The English stuff, I was only looking for certain United players. With Charlton, I got a lot of his stuff quick. With Best, there's not much out there. So, after that, you kind of get bored. So, the Italian stuff kept it fun for me.
Yeah, no, that is vast, right? It's vast.
Yeah.
And Graham with South America, right? Like, man, I have like so many questions. So I think a cornerstone in soccer is 1930s, 1920s. I believe the first World Cup was in 1930. Am I correct on that? Right?
You are correct.
Right. Yeah, the champ's learning. And shout out to Scott's books of all of this vast information.
The Bible.
Right. All those Bibles, right? Man, how we're actually gonna start with a little later, you said, right? So you found something that in my opinion, and I think this is gonna be written in stone, right? It's a cornerstone of any Colombian collection going forward. Like I think if you collect anything from Colombia, I think this and what's called, like, I would say there's a couple of other items that are considered grails.
Like the Pibe rookie and
And I would say Andres Escobar's rookie. I think those two. But what you unearthed, I honestly, I thought Al was gonna be the only one to find one, just because Al's such a hunter. And when you came out of left fucking field with this, I freaking like, I was like, dude, how deep in the rabbit hole is Graham? Because you unearthed, in my opinion, and this is the champ's opinion, I think a grail. I think this is a sticker that, dude, it is lit. It's beautiful. On top of all the lore behind it, it's freaking beautiful. Yes. Tell me the story of how you unearthed this.
We're talking about the crack, right? The 1950 crack.
Yes,
I don't have it in hand. I sent you the scans, but I wish I had some like story of me digging and like literally.
Lucky.
No, so Zico, Dave, basically, him and Seb are probably the two people I talk to the most. But he basically messaged me and was like, "Hey, this guy's selling this album. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yes."
Yes.
I was like, 100%. I will pay that asking price. He's like, "I'm going to tell him you're interested in it." I'm like, "Cool, please do." And I just bought it. It was, whatever. It was expensive, but I was like, "This is a, Millionarios, Alfredo Di Stefano." Like,
wait.
You got Papelera in there. Who else is there?
Papelera was in the album. Their historical context of the whole Colombian League thing. There's a period in the Colombian League from like 1948 to 52 or something like that, 49 to 52, called like the El Dorado era of the Colombian League. And basically there was two things that happened at the same time. There was a player strike in Argentina, where they were complaining about wages and like conditions and stuff. And then the Colombian League broke from FIFA so that in order for players to transfer, there was no transfer fee or anything. And both those things happened at like simultaneously. So you had a wave of like star players from South America that went to the Colombian League because they were paying good money. So the first star player to go was Papelera, went to Millionarios, and it was like a huge deal. The story is that there was like 5,000 people at the airport waiting for him when he landed. But there's a ton. If you go through, like, Di Stefano came over, Nestor Rossi, who was a really big Argentine player, came over, Rene Pontoni, who's a really big Argentine international player, Delfin Benitez Cáceres, who's like a Boca Juniors legend. There's a couple Brazilian guys. Heleno de Freitas. So there was basically a wave of South American players that went and played in the Colombian League because they were paying really high wages. They were unhappy elsewhere. And it was like this weird 3-4 year period that and then like it was over and everybody left for the most part, I think. But the album that I bought, it was missing some of those stickers. So it was missing the Pontoni. There's a guy called Valeriano Lopez, who's a Peruvian striker, who's from Casma, Peru. And I'm a sucker for like a nickname. His nickname is El Tanque de Casma. He's like the tank of Casma. He's one of 3 players in the history of South American football that averaged more than a goal a game. It's him, Bernabe Ferreira, and Arthur Friedenreich are like the only 3 players that have ever done that. So there's another story that supposedly Real Madrid wanted him instead of Di Stefano, but he didn't want to leave South America.
Oh, wow.
So he's kind of like an underrated dude in that album. He wasn't in there, unfortunately. Pontoni wasn't in there, but Cáceres was, Papelera, Di Stefano, and there's some other. So
you have the whole album. You got the whole album.
I sold the remnants of the album to 256 Collector. You can hit him up if
he has some nice stuff.
He's like unearthed a bunch of stuff in a very short amount of time. So shout out to that guy.
Oh my god,
he is definitely grinding.
No, he is. Nah, man. So how was that? because I have to ask, I would have freaked. How was that when you received it? Like, how was it opening it up and freaking right
Super
there?
I
cool.
was removing it.
I was about to say it was a very nerve-wracking removal. I definitely like crushed a couple beers before I did a practice removal, but it was actually really easy. Came off easy, and
It's water.
Yeah, and it's not they're like lithographs, so there's no ink wasn't bleeding or anything. It was pretty, and they're like cardboard, they're not paper, so they came off pretty easy. But yeah, no, it was nuts to get that. It was.
Now, is this from a Colombian dealer, or it was like someone just like a South?
Yeah, it's the guy. I think his soccer collector is. There's like 2 or 3 guys in there that are soccer collector. One of the soccer collectors, the guy that's listed a bunch of PBAs and other.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I think he had 2 albums. One of them was in like really nice condition, and Al bought that one. Yeah. And this one had a bunch of like marks everywhere, like pen like scribbles on a bunch of the stickers. Like it was definitely beat up. But whatever,
Take it all day.
Yeah, it's not something that you like quabble over the condition of.
That's Grail, man. That's Grail. I think and that's the thing, bro. Colombians are crazy for soccer. Like they're crazy, period. Like they're crazy people. They're a crazy breed. But when it comes to soccer, like I went there, right? I was there for like the World Cup, right? In 2018. And I experienced it firsthand. Like I was there, like on the front lines, watching those games with the people. And dude, I tell people all this, like the women, the beautiful women, let me just say that, are more knowledgeable than men with soccer. Like I was at a bar, like a nice bar in a nice area, and literally the bar was like 85% women. And I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about like gorgeous, beautiful women in groups of 3 or 4 solo. And they're watching the game, analyzing the game better than anyone I've ever seen analyze. They're talking about the changes that the coaches were supposed to make. And when we won the first, I think it was the second game, we lost the first game. The second game, they shut down like blocks of streets and people were hammered drunk. Like I have footage. And everyone is like, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. Those games were like at 7, 8 in the morning. And the people were walking around, honking flags, partying, drinking in the street. I'm talking about, it was such a moment in my life that I was like you always hear like soccer, it's the world sport. But to really see how a town shuts down for a victory, it blew my mind. Like I was like in shock. Like I was like, yo, I gotta come here every World Cup, because it was the vibe that I felt there. And I'm like a basketball fan. Like I hadn't felt that vibe since the Rockets won a championship. You know what I mean? Like it was that much passion, that much love.
Been a long time, huh?
Hey, this year. But man, it's crazy like how there are collectors out there in Colombia. Like they're hardcore dudes. Mm-hmm. I think it's just like with everything, it's gonna take a while for them to kind of like come out. But I think there are dudes that have all these albums. Like I would say like a couple of years ago, I was like, nah, everything's lost. Nah, man. Because I've met like a couple of dudes that have blown my mind with the stuff they had. And so I know like there's grandpas out there.
There's old time collectors in all these countries. I've seen some stashes in Uruguay of like insane stuff. And the guys don't want to sell. They don't need money, and they're
good. This is just like personal. They don't want to.
Doesn't matter what you offer, they're not going to sell anything.
And if they sell, where they're going to find another one?
Yeah, exactly. But there's definitely stuff out there. Amazing.
I think, dude, this is a grail. I think if you collect him as a player, this is a grail. I think if you're a Colombian collector, this is a grail. If you're this is after what, like World War II? So yeah, this is not pre-war. This is vintage, I guess it's considered. Is it considered vintage? 52, right? So I mean, I think it's a grail. I just think, and you just mentioned other players that went like down there. I think if you collect any of those players, this is a grail. Like those albums, I think as time goes on are just going to be harder to find, harder to track down. The fact that you pulled a rabbit out the hat, Al. I remember Al was telling when I first met Al, we started DMing. It's one of the first things he was like, "Hey man, if you have anybody down there, like just like look for this album and call me. I'm looking for this thing." And I didn't know about it. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, man. This player went down there. He did this. He did this. I need this album. I've been looking for it forever." And when he found it, and then I remember when you pulled it, I was like I said, I didn't think another one would be unearthed. So that's really cool that you have that. I'm sure that's a cornerstone in your stats going forward forever, right?
Yeah, everything that I've sent you are like. I mean, I have a bunch of other stuff. These are the things for me that are like. These are not going anywhere. These are like,
no, it's
the things that make me happy that I think about, like when I'm
I'm
like, oh man,
I
have that, you know.
Now, explain to me this 19. I want to say it's 1952 team pick.
The photo, yeah. So this
with the freaking autos, bro.
It's from their tour of Spain. The whole team signed the back.
So cool.
That I just like stumbled on Toto and was like, what the? Because like you wouldn't be looking for Millionarios stuff on Toto. It's a Spanish site, but it's from in 1952. They did a tour of Spain. This is from Valencia. They played a bunch of teams. It's when they beat Real Madrid 4-2, which was like a big moment for them on the national stage. Like kind of cemented them as like a kind of legendary team. But yeah, I've kind of gotten into. There's another photo I'll show in a second that was like the first photo that I really bought, but I kind of like love photos. I feel like they're a cheaper way to get players that don't have a ton of cardboard, and it's fun to like dig into like the stories behind the photo. They're a good like thing to research, you know, which is kind of like. The thing I enjoy most about vintage is like learning the history, researching players, and like you will kind of, like I said, go down the rabbit hole and you like have no idea what you're gonna, you know, uncover.
And that's a type 1, right?
It's a type 1. Type 1 signed, authenticated. All the autos are authenticated. I don't know. I'm
literally again, fine on Toto.
Again, I saw it and I was like.
You showed me. I'm like, I'm not on Toto.
Yeah, and was freaking out for like 2 days until it showed up at my door. You know, you're always like, oh my god, is it gonna make it? Like,
dude, I'm about to freaking like fucking like print that out and make that shit like a type 6, bro. That's fire, bro. Like seriously, bro. That is something that I don't even think Colombian dudes that are into soccer right now, as far as like modern and ultra modern. They don't even know things like this exist, I think, because I've actually spoke to like a couple of them and I've asked them like, hey, do you know this? And they're just like, they're so beginning, you know what I mean? Like that they haven't got to this. And I think that item to me is like, dude, like that's a display piece, bro. Like that shit it's a nice image too. It's not like a blurry image. It's a nice, clear image. Photo. And the autos just,
autos are like clean and yeah, I know. I said, when I saw it, I was like, I don't know. It's kind of nuts. It makes the things like this are like you have to I mean, you know, because you're doing the same thing, but like I spend like so many hours a day just like scrolling and nothing is ever there. You know, like I'll just like randomly type stuff in Toto, search, whatever, eBay, and like there's nothing there. And then like once every 6 months,
you're just sitting there.
Something like this pops up. And like, oh shit, it's here.
Yep. Yes, please.
And you buy it, but like that's just basically, you know, you have to get lucky, I guess, but lucky when you're always constantly looking and you know what to buy, you know what to look for.
Yeah.
You have to catch it. You gotta catch it.
There's stuff out there for sure. Even I mean, I didn't send it to you, but like I have this here. It doesn't really fit into my South American narrative at all, but like this photo, this is a signed photo of Zamora. It was on Toto for like $100, and I think it was there for like,
bro. He looks
so there for like a while, and I was like, like a signed photo of Babe Ruth is like $10,000, and Ricardo Zamora is like the
absolute legend.
Yeah, his nickname is El Divino. He's like a
Mm.
fucking god, you know, like he's one of the most famous pre-war players that there is. So there's a lot of opportunity on all this stuff. There's just like a lot of there's a lot of knowledge gaps, and there's a disconnect between the way.
Nice word you said. That's what it is. It's like a gap, I think, because when you look at all these stars, all these dudes were legends, like certified legends, and just kind of like what you said. These pieces to me are pieces that they should be in like high class auctions. Not, and no offense to fucking Toto, but it's like the fact that these items are on regular auctions. It blows my mind. Like it's like these motherfuckers should be on like golden premium. You know what I mean? Like
If you look through the pricing guide
around on like simple ass fucking Spanish sites, bro. That's fucking crazy.
We're gonna grab all of them, and they will be in 10 years.
Right? Nah, man. Those to me, I think, are just grails, bro. Like you seriously got like like I said, like my pops is Colombian, and if I was to explain these items to him, he'd probably freak out, like, because it's just such grails. Like there really are grails, bro. Fucking beautiful, bro. Oh my god,
there's such beautiful stuff out there.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty psyched about them.
Yeah, what's like a team photo that you have? I mean, you have type ones, right? Oh my god,
I don't even know what the hell this is. This is an old, it's an old picture of Zamora.
Yeah, he looks super young there.
Ooh.
Is that from Espanol?
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Super cool. Yeah, I love photos. I mean, I think for me, it's all about like the quality. Like even with cards, the quality of the image, right? Like a nice portrait shot. So like these old like type 1 photos are like gorgeous.
I still can't spot them 100%. That's why I come to you for most of the stuff.
Yeah, and like I don't even know how they know what type 1, but like you can kind of tell. Like there's some photos you see them and they're like clearly duplicate negatives. They're like super blurry. There's some where the hard thing I think is, and I've been burned on this a few times, which happens, is you buy something that looks like a type 1 or something, and then you get it in hand and you're like, oh, this paper is like,
immediately.
Definitely like something that's more recent. So that has definitely happened to me plenty of times. There's definitely been things I've bought where like PSA won't authenticate the auto, and like, and I'm like pretty sure I'm like almost positive it's real, but like if they won't authenticate it, there's not really like it's still.
Graham, you slabbed that team pick?
Yeah, I graded that. I graded all this stuff.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, guys, I got bad news. I gotta go pee. So y'all keep talking. We're probably gonna keep this in the interview. I'm gonna go real quick and grab another beer.
Deb, what else do you have over there? What
do you want to look at? I got all my boxes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so here's my CGC.
Okay, there you go.
We'll send this stuff out.
That's insane.
Great
Those are 31, right? The PLO?
31, 30 to 32, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send this stuff out, but have not yet.
Monty.
Rosetta.
My guy, my accountant brethren. I'm an accountant too.
Nice. This is the Varela. Savavio.
Nice.
My racing stuff.
I've never seen that issue.
It's called. What the hell?
Is there racers, or is there like soccer players too?
Yeah. Got one of these things. These have been going cheap lately.
I remember the first one that hit PWC sold for like a lot.
Yeah, crazy. First one. I got a bunch of stuff. I don't know, for some reason CGC, like every time I try to sub stuff now, it's automatically making me go to autos for some reason. So it's automatically like having me choose to put an auto grade. I don't know why. So I call customer support, but I couldn't get them on the phone.
What is that set called? Those.
We don't know what the set is.
Okay.
So I narrowed it down to like 30 to 32.
Yeah.
I went through like the one dude I bought the Miaza from.
The Miez's, I love that. The colors on that are
I
insane.
think it's badass. I got a
Yeah,
somewhere
and the
over here.
Piola's sick that he has a little like hairnet
it's
going on.
little cap.
Yeah.
So I got an auth on this one, but this was like the first one that was sent from the set. One of the other dudes on the Discord just got his graded a number grade. So I'm gonna crack this and send this over. But
That's
essentially, the one
the cards that like the grade doesn't really, as long as it looks nice, it doesn't matter.
don't care.
Yeah.
But the guy I bought the Mieza from, he sent me like all the pictures he had. So I did a spreadsheet. So it's got to be 31 to 30. It's going to be 30 to 32, more likely 31 to 32. But awesome looking set. But yeah, I got all my stuff here. I got a bunch of stuff to send. I don't know where to put all these cards. I have so many damn cards. Just like I tell you, like I have like thousands of cards sitting there. So I gotta send this in the next couple of days and see what happens.
My number one goal, because my wife and my daughter are gone for the next like week and a half.
Yeah.
Is basically like get my stuff organized.
So,
Because it's so chaotic. Like I'll get stuff and I just have like a drawer and I'm just like, all right, like
throw it in there.
Throw it in the drawer. So I need to like go through that. I also have like all the albums that I've like removed stickers from. I just have like the remnants. I haven't thrown them away because there's still like a bunch of stickers in there. So I think I'm gonna like put that stuff in a box and just like throw it in the garage or something.
I got a bunch of albums too. I like take out the main stickers, but not the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go re-up. I'll be back.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, dude. I'm still just wow. That's a start right there. And where do you want to move to next, man?
So the next one I was gonna show is the Type 1 of the La Maquina River Plate team with has Moreno, Di Stefano, Labruna, Lusto,
wow,
and Nestor Rossi.
And you said Type 1.
Type 1. This was the first photo I bought. And that's what I was saying earlier, where there's like a disconnect. I remember seeing this on eBay. It was on eBay auction. I bought it for like $120. I was like, if I want anything with Di Stefano and a River Plate kit is like, it's like, I guess the one that just sold, the Revancha that sold on in 180, I think went for like $6,000, and it was like pretty beat up. The back was pretty messed up. Great card, but like that's like your entry level if you want anything like card wise of him in a River Plate kit. It's like $5-6,000, and this is like $120. I was like, what?
And it's Type 1. Like fuck.
Yeah. Well, I bought it. It's just a photo, but that's another thing I'll say is like the value add of grading photos is like pretty crazy relative to a lot of other things vintage wise. Like
sounds like peanuts. Like
it's not a guarantee that it's going to be Type 1, but like I would say 85% of the photos I've submitted have been Type 1.
Wow.
And like that doesn't count like things I got and then got in hand and was like, okay, this is clearly like a more modern print or something like that. But you can usually tell like if it's really clear, if the image is really clear and the paper is old and there's stamps and stuff on the back, like it's probably a Type 1 photo.
Yeah, no, yeah, because those scans you sent are beautiful, bro.
Cheers, fellas. Cheers.
Cheers to
that was
South America and Italy. You know what I'm saying?
For a while I was very Di Stefano focused. I like when I was getting into Spain and getting all those albums, one of my early collecting goals was to get every single 1953 Spanish issue Di Stefano, which I got most of them and then kind of just like gave up on that.
How many are there? Just random.
There's a lot.
That's a decent amount, yeah.
Like over 10, I would say.
But there's levels for sure. There's really good ones. Yeah.
But there's also like different backs. Like there's the 53 Bruguera, there's like the El Legionarios back, there's like the blank back, there's but I was super into the River Plate team and like learning about the history. They were like
a popular team, man. Even me, I've always heard of them. Like
one of the precursors. Yeah, that's a gorgeous one. One of the precursors to like the total football that like the Dutch team played, and that's the Colonials are like insane. All of the ones made by that editor from that year are all
the big one and the small one.
They have like the Chocolates Zahor.
He said.
And the Pro V Pinky, it's all that same image. They're all super nice.
I traded one to Al, and I hate myself.
You got some awesome stuff though, man.
Thank you.
Al slick though. Al be getting us some trades, bro.
Honestly,
twice with Al, and like
I'll put the card out there to sell. My
the thing with Al is he has duplicates of everything. So like
does.
he's trading duplicates.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier to trade duplicates, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
But like I have no qualms with the things I traded out. I did trade him the Ecuadorian version of that 95 R9, the blackback, which is super rare.
You had that?
I had it.
Oh,
you got that off eBay. I remember you getting that one.
I got that. I traded it with another J. Moreno La Pona 42 for a Maradona disc. Maradona disc.
I still need that one, man.
I know there's only like I know Matt had one, and I'm pretty sure
yeah.
Three of it. Like I think it's pretty rare, but I have no regrets about that. And Al's awesome to work out with. So
I feel like if Al has the card, I feel better about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great. I mean, the cards you got are awesome cards.
Yeah, I think so too. Definitely fun ones and stuff for me, like South American stuff. I don't have that many, so. It was good to get some South America for sure.
Yeah. But no, anyways, just this team is like just an epic team, and it's a nice clear photo. Which leads me into this Moreno and just Argentine issues in general. The reason I picked a couple of these is like one of the cool things about vintage soccer is like every country has its own specific type of like issues, like they're kind of very characteristic, like Portuguese issues, for example, like they're all those like caramel thin paper borders, like long design, super pretty, like stickers. Argentina has like the crazy shapes, but like this Moreno Olympia,
it's absolutely beautiful.
There's certain items that I don't know if you've ever had this happen where like you'll like buy a sticker or buy something and you're like pumped about it, and then it shows up and you're like, oh, this is like tiny, like I didn't realize this thing was like the size of like a dime, or there's just certain things that don't like pop as much in person as you thought they would. This was like the opposite for me. I got this in hand and I was like, oh my God, this thing is like the image is so clear. It's bigger than I thought it was. It's super thick cardboard. It's like thick cardboard. And it's just a triangle shape, like it's super unique. I love this issue.
It's mega tough, right? That issue is pretty tough, right?
Tough. There's been a few of them. I think there's been like obviously Al has one.
With everything.
Vertu was selling one. One of the Argentine sellers in the Discord was selling one for a while, and then this one came from Coleccion in the Discord, who's like another South American seller who had he's great to work with. He's like one of my favorite dudes.
He's a good dude.
Super knowledgeable, super fair. But I bought that one off him, and yeah, Moreno is like, it sucks that there were obviously no World Cups in the 1940s, because I feel like a lot of these players kind of just get lost a little bit because of it, because they don't have the international. They have like the Copa Americas, the South American Championship wins. Like he was the best player at the 47 Copa America, I think, top scorer at least one of the Copa Americas. Won a title in 4 different countries, like basically won everywhere. Was the classic like womanizer, super into the tango. Was like notorious for saying that dancing the tango is the best workout for soccer that you could do. And just like a legend, all around legend.
Man, Hitler fucked up a lot of shit, man.
What did you say?
But yeah, like when people go, when you kind of go back and learn about vintage, like you go through like the Ballon d'Or lists, you go through like the World Cup winners, and there's what I found at least is like, as you kind of dig in further, there's all these players in all these different countries that just kind of got lost because they never wanted to leave their country. There's a lot of players that like could have gone and played for Real Madrid or Barcelona, but they were like, I'm gonna stay in Peru. Like I don't want to leave, or wherever. So they just didn't get the recognition because of it. But it doesn't mean they were any less of like a legend, for sure, within their own country, or like whether that they were a worse player or anything. But yeah, a lot of these guys in the 40s, like because they never got on the international stage like that, I feel like they don't get. I mean, granted, he has had some big sales, so he's getting recognition for sure. But great players.
I still need a Moreno. I don't got any of his cards.
He's got some good options for sure. And then the other La Maquina player, Argentine issue that I wanted to shout out just because I love the shapes. This Starosta shield.
Labruna?
Angel Labruna. It's like 42 to 44, so it's an early issue for him. It has a back on it. Not all these have like anything on the back, but this one has
so cool
back on it. But this issue, whatever the crest of the club was, is the shape of the nice. So like for River Plate, it's like this shield. For Huracan, it's like a balloon because that's like their crest, like whatever it is. So they're different depending on what the team is. I
actually always wondered why they were different.
Cool. It's based on the team crest. Super cool issue. Labruna's the second all-time leading scorer in the Argentine league after Arsenio Enrico. Absolute legend. There's a couple of dudes I follow on Instagram that are like River Plate Argentine fans, and they're always like commenting on my stuff, and they're like, why do you have this? Like but I was talking to one of the guys, and he's like he's outside the River Plate Stadium taking the picture of like the Angel Labruna statue. Like, yeah, dude, he's so like cool. my grandfather's favorite player, like so these dudes are like all-time legends. Basically a one club guy. I'm pretty sure he played for River his entire career. Absolute legend.
Americans buying up all the good shit.
And then this, I'm just gonna keep moving through these things because there's a lot to go through. But this is Arsenio Enrico Argos, 1935 Argos. It's just a really nice portrait cardboard issue, and like they don't pop up at all, really. Al has a Pedernera and a Bernabe Ferreira, and then I have this Arsenio Enrico. I'm sure other people have some, and I've seen a couple of like the lesser or like non-star players sitting on eBay and things like that, but I've seen less of these than I've seen Plus Ultras, and Plus Ultra is super rare.
That's a great copy too.
Yeah, I mean it has like a stain on the back. It's a 1, but
it has a back though. It has a back and it looks pretty sharp.
Nice, yeah. So, and Enrico is again another player where he was Paraguayan. The way he got his start, there was like the Chaco War was going on, and they had a team where they basically had the team tour around and raise money for like the cause, and that's how he got found. He was like 16 playing for like the army team trying to raise money for the country, and got signed by Independiente in Argentina. And apparently was like scored a bunch of headed goals. And was just an amazing player. He's the all-time leading scorer in the Argentine league by like 1 goal over Labruna, but he played like 200 less games.
Oh shit. That's crazy.
And yeah, but well, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, he's another player where at the time there was rules prohibiting you from playing for your national team if you didn't play in the domestic league. So he couldn't play for Paraguay at the Copa Americas or anything because he was playing in Argentina. Argentina was trying to recruit him to their national team, basically, but he was like, I don't want to play for a team that isn't Paraguay because that's where I'm from. So he doesn't have any like international accomplishments or anything, but it's not because he wasn't an amazing player. It's just because he, the rules at the time, basically.
Crazy.
So that, and then I just wanted to shout out the Leia set just because it's like, Yeah, I think like the Les and the Dolars, in terms of like South American sets, the Dolars like in the 20s, Les is in the 30s. They're like gettable. They're not impossible. There's a ton of stars in them. They're gorgeous issues, super nice, like cardboard issues. They have backs. They're just like
those are making noise. Those are making noise.
Yeah,
like,
they're just awesome.
I started to hear about them.
So I wanted to shout out the Leia set for sure. And there's like somebody selling like an entire set on the golden summer 100 or whatever of like insane copies. It's already at like
they look really nice.
Like PSA 4s and like really high grades. I think it's already at like 30 grand with BP.
Gotta start selling drugs.
I had a chance to buy the whole set, the whole album, not long ago. I hate myself for not buying it. Dude, it was a decent looking set too.
All right, you guys can vamp for a little bit. I gotta go make a couple of stops.
I'm trying to find my latest copy. I got one.
Dude, I'm
so many damn cards in front of me. I don't know what the hell it is.
Bro, I'm terrified now because it's like because all this stuff to me is not on eBay. This is all on Toto and like South American dealers, right? Those are beautiful.
Yeah. They're cool as well. So this is like this album. This album was offered to me. I ended up just buying this card, but graded decent, good copy. He's got a couple different backs also. The red back, I think there's red backs. Those are the rare ones.
Dude, I'm
really good looking.
I'm starting to feel the beer, bro. I'm like,
I'm so tired. I'm like half asleep here. I'm
like 6 beers, bro. No, 7 beers, I think. Dude, the champ is gone. Dude, I'm still tripping about, like we are, right? Nah, dude, I'm tripping about how it's just so much to collect, bro. Like
so much out there.
It's like so many eras, so many rabbit holes, so many countries, so many storylines, players. Like, bro, I'm still in freaking 77 to 2013. Like,
dude, it doesn't stop.
And it's like I'm hearing him go off on all of these because I've heard of like all the players he's mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually heard him in the Discord, right? Like you kind of hear him, but it's just crazy how like, bro, how many freaking good soccer players have there been, bro? Like, if in pre-modern alone, I can name off like 120, 130, and then here he is mentioning all these players I've heard. So you're talking like thousands of freaking players, bro. Like,
which makes soccer a lot.
Yeah, dude, soccer is out of this world, bro. It's just on a whole nother
so many different options for players to collect. I mean, it's not as narrow as baseball or basketball or any of that stuff, in my opinion.
And guys, now I haven't asked this now. The pop reports on the stuff we're seeing are like exaggerated low, right? Like super low. Like
nothing higher than a 2, bro.
That's like everything is pop 5 and under, right? Like pretty much. Am I kind of right on that or no?
Maybe the Leias, some of the Leias are higher than that. But that Argos is for sure the only one graded.
Dude.
I'm pretty sure the Labruna is
crazy, dude.
Maybe the only one graded. I think there's a couple of the Olympia Morenos, like 2 or 3.
This man said 2 or 3. Like that's it. Just 2 or 3, and Alan's got to have the other 2.
Legitimately.
Al has everything.
Dude, that is crazy to hear, bro.
That SGC is
scary stuff, man. That's just it scares me. I'm telling you, it scares me as like a fan because it's like I know that I'm eventually gonna dabble, right? Like, of course I am. Like, I'm a freaking like a crackhead with this stuff, right? And it's like I know that I'm gonna dabble, and then just hearing these pop reports. If I think that pre-modern are like low, I'm hearing all these stories, and I'm like, dude, like this stuff is I'm sure people are gonna bring it to pop, but this shit's still not gonna hit no 30 pops, no 50 pops. Like I don't see it happening in the next 20, 30 years. Like I don't know, man. This is some like legendary shit, bro.
I mean, the thing is, it's fun because there's so much stuff out there, and you can be selective and just grab whatever you want. Like you don't have to rush it. Like you can just one here, one there, have fun.
I do have to rush it, bro, because these prices, bro, that On
Some
the
stuff,
goddamn
yeah.
Discord,
Certain things you have to rush. Most things you
100%.
don't. There's like the key is to know what you need to rush on and what you don't.
which sets are like.
It's not always as easy as it sounds, but there are certain things where like if they pop up, you just have to like
You have to
pay
jump
whatever
back.
they're asking if you want it.
Yeah.
Within reason.
Damn, man. Yo,
But
these
most times be unreasonable and you still be all right.
Hey, sometimes it's reasonable and you're grateful for that. So
no, hey, I honestly think that like with a lot of the stuff, like when it's rare, comps go out the window because
one of the things I like the most about
man.
collecting in this era is that there are no comps on anything. So you can like
but
I like that. I think it's super interesting how but the psychology behind like something selling for an amount and then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh wow, that's worth this. Like I saw it happen with like some of these issues, like one of the Gradines, for example, sold for like $5,000 or like something else. But you can basically go through where it's like, this is worth $300, and then it's like somebody pays $5,000, and then the next day it's like, okay, this is worth $5,000 now. It's like it's been super hard to get. So like I think being able to like think critically and not necessarily like rely too much on like what everything is at right now, but like I think about relative pricing a lot in terms of like player accomplishments and importance in maybe different countries or whatever, and then like you'll see somebody is going for like some crazy number and somebody who's like just as good of a player, has just as many accomplishments, and they're like 10 times less. It's like it doesn't make any sense. It's just a gap in the market because it's such a new market. Eventually, or not all the time, but like in my experience, I've been pretty like fortunate to.
No, dude, it honestly feels like our markets, and I mean markets like all the eras, they have not matured. Like it feels like they're still in baby mode.
I mean, we don't even know what the earliest issues for some of these people are. Like,
dude, it's like
just show up tomorrow that is like a brand new thing that nobody's ever seen, and like.
And stuff's changing all the time. Like, no, we thought it was that year. Nope, it's that year.
Now, this like next Q, right? This is something that I have to ask. Now, it's difficult for me now seeing certain players that are, in my era that are starting to get steam or whatever, right? How do y'all do when y'all buy shit? Let's just say you buy an album for $100, right? And then a certain sticker goes for $6,000 and you got like 2 of them. How does that discipline work at that point? That happens a lot.
Scenario doesn't happen that much to me, but
I don't sell anything, so I don't know. I mean,
yeah, honestly though, like the things that do take off like that, the things that it's not often that something is going to sell for $6,000 that isn't actually like an awesome item, and I don't want to sell that stuff. So like that Gradine, the Gradine Crack sold for $5,000. I have that one Gradine that I sent you the scan of, which is probably, it's not as nice of a card as the Crack. The Cracks are like gorgeous, but it's a nice card. But I wouldn't sell that because I don't want to, because there's like Gradine has like 3 issues that exist for him, and 2 of them
only 3.
God.
There's the Crack, there's the Glorietta, and then there's the 47 issue. 2 of them are post-playing career. I don't know of anything else that's a singular issue of him. There's team cards with him. So he has one. He has 2. He has the Jugadores. He has the card I have. So he has 4. 4 issues. 2 of them are post-playing career. 2 of them are current, playing time, I guess you'd say. And both the ones that are playing time are like insanely hard. So there's certain items where it's like I would feel okay selling a Lea's, because I know that like at some point I'll have another chance to probably get that back at some point.
Yeah.
But like that Argos or Rico, if I ever sell that or trade it or do something with it, I'm never getting that again.
No.
And I know that. Like, so you have just like that's the way I think about it, at least, is like the things that I sell are like things where I'm like, I can get that later. I've seen enough of them to know that they exist. Or like I'm fine letting it go because it's, a 5th year. It's a nice issue, but it's not like his earliest, and he has other whatever. There's a lot to go
out there.
I don't know how Scott and Bill and them they probably paid pennies for a lot of their shit. And I'm seeing all these cells sometimes, and I just be like, now this is this is big flip talking now. This is champ has changed right now. Now that I've smelled blood in the water. But it's just crazy to me, like, because I know that the guys that have hunted the last like 3, 4, 5 years, they've bought very valuable shit that like kind of like what you said. There's no comps, right? So you're buying shit, dirt, in my opinion, dirt cheap. And then the moment one pops up, it's like, dude, that's discipline. Because you could easily be like, dude, I bought this for, I don't know, 3 and selling for like $8,000 or $5,000. It's like, fuck, dude, that's
Most
tough.
times you don't even know, though. I mean, most times you're supposed to grab it, and you grab it, and then when it sells, you're like, oh, who knew it was gonna go for that expensive?
You have a price in mind, and then this minute it hits auction. This happened to me with the Andes Andrade. I was like, I really want it. Coleccion had one. I was like, I will spend $10,000 on this. Like, I really want this card. I'll make it happen. And then I went to auction, and I was like, all right, I'll go up to 15. And then it ended up going like, I was like, I can't pay
That's
that.
what happens every time for me.
But like, I was like, there's no, in my head, I didn't think there was any chance I was going over $10,000, and it went for like $16,000.
Dude,
and it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
The flip side of that is, if one pops up, the reason I didn't want to go too crazy on it is that if one pops up from like the dude in Uruguay that I know, I could probably get it for like $3,000 or $4,000 or something, like, so.
And that
might never happen. So there's a lot to like balance with these.
You're in it for the long game, so
yeah.
It'll happen at some point. Patience is key with this stuff.
Man.
But anyways, transition to Uruguay. That was all the Argentine stuff I had. Now I'm gonna get into the Uruguayan stuff. I want to talk about
freaking connect out there, bro. I'm gonna have to find me a fucking connect with my Uruguay in the next couple weeks. The champ's gonna start hunting.
Hey, as long as it's not mine. Hey, we have a good working relationship. So
nah, man, I definitely hear that, man. Because there are some awesome connects.
There's stuff I buy off him where I'm like, this is like, I don't want to buy this, but I'm gonna buy it because
you got to do that. Yeah, you got to do it.
And shout out to all of the connects, man. Seriously, there's so many in every country. I love y'all dudes, man. Y'all really help us Americans out. We're here trapped in the fucking, I don't know, simulation of life. And when y'all, seriously, like I always tell people, like, they're the coolest dudes. Like, bro, they provide such a service for us, meaning Americans. Like, we're not there on the front lines. We're not there in those countries. We're not there knowing the histories. And they're bringing all this stuff to sell that we gobble it up, man. Like, we fucking love the history. We love the sport. And so, yeah, shout out to all the connects.
For sure.
Man. Shit.
For sure. We seek them down and we hunt them down too.
Right? Shit. Uruguay.
I'm going to talk about
Uruguay.
Obdulio Varela. So this is the 1942 Glorietta album, which was made for the 1942 South American Championship. It is the first tournament album that had every single team included. I'm pretty sure. And it's also the earliest issue for Obdulio Varela. It's a rookie issue. There could be an issue that I would not be surprised. I mean, it could happen. I've extensively looked and haven't found anything earlier, but you never know. So
what was the grade on that one?
We'll say earliest known issue. Huh?
What was the grade?
PSA 4. Nice. And it has the back on it, which not all. Some of these are blank back. And these are really tough to grade because they're like pretty thin stickers. So a lot of
that's unstuck from like what year is that?
1942.
Bro, that god damn.
But so Obdulio Varela is like one of my favorite players to collect. He is like a literal god in Uruguay. He was the captain of the 1950 World Cup winning team, which the 1950 World Cup, I don't know how much you know about that, but the final is known as the Maracanazo. It's like Brazil
So they
basically had been beating the crap out of everybody. They beat Spain like 6-1. Uruguay tied Spain. They beat Sweden 5-1 or something. Uruguay was down and had to like score 2 goals to come back and win in the last 15 minutes. So basically going into the final, Uruguay needed to win. Brazil needed to tie. The World Cup was in Brazil. Everybody was kind of assuming Brazil was going to win. There was like 200,000 people at the final. It's like one of the most attended soccer games in the history of soccer.
Yeah.
And there's all these stories about Obdulio Varela, who was like older at the time, in his 30s. It was a really young team. He was the captain. The coach going in basically told the team to like play, defend, don't embarrass ourselves. Like, and he left, and Obdulio Varela was like, he's a good guy, but like, he's wrong. We have to like attack them and like go out and like, don't pay attention to the crowd. There's all these things that happen. Brazil goes up 1-0. Obdulio Varela grabs the ball and like starts arguing with the ref about a phantom offsides call because he's trying to just like delay to get the crowd to calm down. He requests an interpreter because the ref is Belgian. So he's like, I need somebody to speak Spanish, like translate, like basically gets it to the point where like by the time they restart the game, like the crowd's calm again. And then Juan Schiaffino scores an equalizer. Jeauxs scores a game winner, and they win 2-1. And like, the other story, before the game happened, the newspapers in Brazil had printed out like your World Cup champion, like Brazilian team. And Varela brought 20 copies of it to the locker room, put them in the urinal, and said like, go and like show everybody what you think about that headline. And like the entire team went in there and just like pissed on the newspapers.
Is that the one where they blamed in Brazil for like 8 years?
Barbosa, the goalie, yeah. Barbosa, they blamed him because the game-winning goal that Jeauxs scored, he beat him near post.
That's what. Right? Yeah.
That goalie was like
he was like the most hated man in the world, right, in Brazil, right?
Listen to this too. That World Cup, Brazil lost. It was such a national tragedy that Brazil changed their uniform colors. They up until that point wore white and blue was like their national uniform. After they lost that, they were like, we need new uniforms.
Wow.
they designed like the yellow kits that they wear now. Like that came after basically blowing this World Cup.
Yeah.
And then there's like Varela apparently went out and like went to the local bars and like drank with everyone after the game. And like everybody told him not to go out. He was like, no, I'm going to go. Just an absolute legend. There is one of my favorite things. There's a monument to him in Montevideo. Nice. Not like a statue outside of the stadium. There's just in a park in Montevideo, there's a monument to Obdulio Varela. He's just like a national hero.
Yeah.
Like beyond any type of like club or it's not like a stadium named after him. It's just like there's a big park in Uruguay and there's a monument to him there. Nice. And there's a bunch of other stuff with him. He's also like a holding midfielder, which is like to me the most unsung position in soccer. Like, so it's such an important like CDM position, like, and they don't even like modern, or ultra modern. Like I feel like those players are never really valued.
Yeah. Rodrigo didn't win the Ballon d'Or.
Right, Rodri did win the Ballon d'Or, but Rodri's prices in ultra modern probably. I mean, actually, maybe after that they went up a little bit. But anyway, so Varela is one of my favorite players. Love collecting him. Schiaffino. To transition, this is like an insanely large photo, type 1 photo of him in the Penarol kit, like an action shot, just a super cool picture from 1949. He was like the most talented offensive player on that 1950 World Cup winning team. He won a bunch of titles with Penarol. Then he went to AC Milan in like 56, later in his career, maybe it was earlier than that. But he's in the AC Milan Hall of Fame. Like he had a whole second career in Italy and was like a legend in Italy too, after being a legend in Uruguay. That 1949 Penarol team is called La Escuadrilla de la Muerte. They're called the Death Squad. They Went through the league in 1949 undefeated. They didn't lose any games. They won the league. They scored 64 goals in 17 games. They won the league and 2 of like the cups. So they won like the treble basically in Uruguay. And the entire forward line from that team was the national team line. So it was Schiaffino, Gigia, who scored the game-winning goal, this dude, Oscar Miguez, and then this other guy, Juan Hoiberg, who this is like this type of stories that are insane. This dude in the 1954 World Cup scored a goal, had a heart attack, was literally like declared dead. They brought him back to life with smelling salts, and then he kept playing, scored another goal.
I'm talking about. That's a winner right there.
When I'm drinking with like 3 girls.
But like legitimately, like just another thing I will say.
Dude, that's a story right there, bro. That sounds like
one thing I realized is like
true hero.
I had a heart attack and still beat you.
The Spanish language, like Wikipedia articles, like in articles in general, if you search for these things like in the native language of the player, like you find so much more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was
holding out on us.
Yeah, reading about that dude is hilarious. Like, all right, he scored, had a heart attack. They had to bring him back with kept him in the game, and then scored again.
That's a true winner, bro.
One more thing, one other fun fact about Obdulio Varela. They never lost a World Cup game that he played in. So he made it to the semis in the 1954 World Cup. He scored the game-winning goal in the quarterfinals and got injured. Didn't play in the semis. They lost in overtime to Hungary. But so he was just like a legendary captain. He also, there was a strike in Uruguay in 1945, a player strike, and he was like the main representative from the players to get that mediated. So just a really big player that doesn't get as much recognition.
Dude, honestly, out of all the list of players, him and this other player that I'm gonna wait for you to say his name. They're the only 2 on this list I had never heard of.
Yeah, he's an absolute legend.
All these stories about him, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why haven't I heard about him? But out of all these players, I've kind of like heard a little bit here and there. But he was one of the ones that I was like, I've never heard anything of him. So it's fucking cool stories, man.
Yeah, there's a ton of
winner.
You can just like look at articles of him. He's just like a super cool dude, like consistently regarded as one of like the greatest captains in the history. Yeah. There's like another story from the 1950 World Cup final where this Gigia was like really young at the time, like 21 or something, and one of the Brazilian defenders kept fouling like him really hard. So Obdulio Varela like did a little like head fake at him, and the guy flinched, and he was like, "I got you."
Dude, he sounds like Keen. He sounds like Keen of that era.
Yeah, wait till you hear his nickname. Like I said, I'm a sucker for a good nickname. His name was El Negro Jefe.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. It's real simple and to the point. Negro Jefe.
Absolute baller, the chief.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
All right, so that's the 50 team. Now we can get into the 1930 players, and
it was a golden era, right?
Yeah. Well, so like when you start, I was saying earlier, when you like start researching this stuff, you look at like World Cup winners, Ballon d'Or winners, and if you look at World Cup winners, like the first World Cup, Uruguay won.
Yeah.
So like I always kind of knew that, and then you start digging in, and like 1924 was the first Olympics where countries outside of Europe participated. So prior to 1924, like 1920, the earlier versions, it was all European teams. Uruguay basically showed up at the 1924 Olympics. Nobody knew who they were.
Yeah.
Nobody knew anything about them. They won the Olympics. Not only did they win, they scored 15 goals and they gave up one goal in 4 games. They basically showed up and just like absolutely beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
At that tournament,
man.
Andrade was the first black player to play in an Olympic tournament. He was like a big star and was going out in the town in Paris and doing all this stuff. The other thing I'll say that a lot of people don't know is at the time there was like a division in the Uruguayan Football Federation. So there's the two big teams in Uruguay are Peñarol and Nacional, and they've basically won like 90+% of the titles in the Uruguayan league over the last like 100 years. They're like the two big clubs. At the time of the 24 Olympics, the Football Federation was split, and like Peñarol was on one, Nacional was on the other. So the Olympic team that went was only drawing from Nacional's side. So none of the Peñarol players were eligible to go. So like Jose Piendabene, who I like have an issue of, wasn't eligible to go to the Olympics, and he's like he was the most famous player at the time. He was like the biggest player.
He's the other player I had never heard of.
Piendabene.
Yeah.
He's like the first big superstar in Uruguay.
Ah, nice.
But he's older than these guys. So like this, I'll start with this. This is I don't even know if it'll fit on here, but this is a type 1 photo of the 1930 World Cup squad.
Beautiful, dude.
Has
beautiful.
Andrade, Nasazi, Scarone, Pedro Sea. Those are like the 4 that were there for all 3 of the titles, the 24, 28, and 1930.
Come see it again, Graham?
You want to see it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of.
And Champs didn't like edit that shit in nice.
I can't get it too far.
Dude, that is
like,
bro.
Just send it to me, bro. I'll send you my address. I got you.
Yeah.
Mini Champ still in action.
Yeah, that was Andrade. Full blown syphilis. Just I don't know.
Syphilis.
I don't know if you were here when I was telling the champ about the fact that Andrade at the 1928 Olympics ran into a goalpost and like injured his eye so bad that he lost his eyesight and then got syphilis and was just dealing
like he had SoCo. Dude, no, he is very popular, right? He's like one of the more popular players of that team, man.
He sells for the highest prices for sure.
That's what it is, right? Yeah, he's someone that even early on I had heard about him before I heard about any of those players on that team. It was always him. And especially that there was a time in our Discord, right, where the talk was only about him. I remember it was a couple months where it was only about him. But dude, that team was really legendary, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. So the 24 they like destroyed, and then 28. So I'll talk a bit more about this when I get into some of the older players. Yeah, that's sick. The Jew postcards.
God, those are oh my god.
Uruguay, Argentina. Those are man, I love those.
Bro, those
I don't have those.
Freak, man. Those are the ones that I am like.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to display those, bro. Those are freaking flawless, man. Oh my god.
All sick. But basically, Argentina didn't go to the Olympics in 1924 because they couldn't get their stuff together. Damn, that's a nice copy too.
All right, I'm gonna re-up. Be back.
Seb's just passively like showing off.
You give me the history of some parts.
2 Olympics, bro.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Argentina showed up in 1928. They were like, all right, Uruguay won. Uruguay and Argentina in the beginning, the origins of like soccer in South America, they play each other nonstop because they're right next to each other. Montevideo and Buenos Aires are like right across the Rio de la Plata. So they're constantly playing each other more than any other team. So they're kind of like developing at the same time together. So when Uruguay won in 1924, Argentina was like, all right, well, we beat Uruguay all the time. Like we need to go. And they end up playing each other in the finals of the 1928 Olympics. It's Uruguay versus Argentina. And I think they play the first game and they tie and they do a replay and Uruguay wins again. But it's a much harder run through in 1928 for Uruguay. They have a semifinal game against Italy that's super close, and Italy Seb has a bunch of those dudes like Balancieri and other legendary players. But that's the game where Andrade hits his face on the post and fucks his eye up.
Both of you guys, we have to remind me to hydrate in the morning, okay?
Get some water, man.
Why are you drinking water? That's my question. I'm on beer like 8. So you got to go grab a beer right now, man.
Bro, I got a beer, man. I'm drinking both.
The kids aren't
oh,
home. The family's
yeah,
not home. Come
smart.
on, dude.
Grab is smart. I'm here slugging beers back to back to back.
I'm also
Our Balancier in there. There you go.
that's an epic card. Rarity Balancieri.
You got the other one at PSA now.
The Italian kit one.
Yeah.
That's a sick one. That's like I call that one the Steve Jobs one.
Yeah, right.
Turtleneck. The Steve Jobs Balancieri.
Looks like it.
But yeah, I don't know where I was, but
so
you're gonna get another beer where you were.
They were right.
They won the 28 Olympics.
Started to get a little like tighter in the 28 Olympics. You said right?
Yeah, it was a much closer competition. They won, and then they hosted the 1930 World Cup and win that as well. So basically, those guys though, like Andrade, Nasaze, Hector Scarone, Pedro Sea, they were on all 3 of those teams. So they won like the first 3 international tournaments that existed for soccer. They won all of them. Nice. Like they're absolute legends. Like
yeah.
And there's a lot of caveats, right? Like it was an amateur sport, so the UK didn't participate, or England didn't participate in any of those. A bunch of teams didn't show up to the 1930 Olympics because they were boycotting. Like, there's so many caveats with all of the pre-war stuff, because it was such a shit show back then. But at the end of the day, they won the first.
What bag is that, champ?
Oh, must you ask? This is the champ's best pre-war he has. Is the good one.
The 08.
Oh, the 08 pack.
Gotta grade that thing, dude.
Unstuck, bro. This is like, as soon as you said that name, I was like, I remember buying that like at 6 a.m. Nah, dude, this is a legendary squad, bro. Dude, anyone, dude, when you win the first World Cup, that's like history book shit. You know what I mean? Like, so all the stories of all those players are key for our thing going forward. Like, all their issues, all their stories, eventually, obviously, right? The market will catch up, and it's just crazy to see these items that, like, I wonder what's gonna happen to this video in like 40 years from now when people see this shit and be like, oh shit, these dudes was lit.
Like Seb was way too drunk.
Hey, here's to the syphilis and the goalpost headshot. Bro, that's legendary shit. And then the other dude that freaking passed out died.
He got a heart attack. Went back in the game.
Went back in, scored the tying goal, sent it to overtime.
That's
there's some crazy stories. Literally, honestly, the reason I love this stuff so much is because of the stories. Last week, I found out about this dude, Rene Borjas, who was like actually a really big player, and the way he went to go after when he was like 32 or something, he like had some type of heart issue, so he couldn't play anymore, but he wanted to go watch the team play, and it was like the last game of the season, and they had to win the championship, and he went to watch them play and had a heart attack and died watching them.
That's a legend, bro.
And then they like won. They ended up coming back winning and like dedicating it to him, and like it was up, so, like, damn, dude, people are just. There's another guy also completely played for Brazil in the 1930 World Cup, Fausto dos Santos, who was like apparently just like an amazing player. His Brazilian team went to tour in Spain with Barcelona, and Barcelona was just like, hey, you're really good. You want to stay here, play with us? And he was like, okay. So he just played for Barcelona for a little bit, and then he ended up getting tuberculosis, and he died when he was like 32. Like, it's just fucking nuts. Like, it was a different era, you know. Like, there's all and he's like not somebody that anybody talks about because like,
yeah.
But if you like look into his story, he was like a great player.
Yeah.
No syphilis for that guy though.
No syphilis for Nasazi.
Solo one.
The Grand Marshal.
So real quick, what's the amount of backs on those codex?
I think it's like what? There's a bunch of different options.
Solo,
3 main options.
No Princess, Ramona.
And No Prince, I think, has like 3 or 4 different varieties. I think so, something like that. I think so.
There's a lot of them. I'm not positive, to be honest.
I have a link that has like all the different ones. I'll shoot it over to you guys. But it's a bunch of them.
They're still beautiful, bro.
I think the 08s are the hardest ones.
100 years later, and they're so cheap. I mean,
they're really gorgeous. I bought a Cindelar. It's the only one I have, but I don't have any Cindelars, and they're not that. It was like $200 or something. I was like, or $300 or something. I was like, for a Cindelar.
Cindelar like 08s.
Yeah, it's so cool. Cindelar's awesome.
These are stuck though.
The Paperman
does do pre-war, right?
Yeah,
Not they're just dudes. I think like all these players. Like I said, I think there needs to be a primo podcast for pre-war.
Pre-war.
Like, that sounds crazy. There has to be somebody like I can't do it. I'm fucking.
Maybe we can do like a.
There has to be
drunk history
players, man. There has to be, man.
Pre-war drunk history.
Right. Who
the
gets
story of how Andrade got syphilis in 1926.
Dude, these dudes getting.
You guys getting that feedback on the mic?
I think that might
I'm
be
hearing some weird stuff going on. Anyways,
that's bootleg.
Weird feedback.
Yeah, no, it's on your end. I'm clear. I can hear Graham clear. I think it's on your end.
I don't know. All right, continue.
Yeah, I think that's on your end. All right, I'm gonna keep going. So I'm gonna do a quick detour. One of the other things that's super cool about Uruguay, in my opinion, is because they hosted the 1930 World Cup. All the 1930 World Cup tickets are there. So this is a ticket for the semifinal between the U.S. and Argentina. And all of the group stage games that the U.S. played were not at the Estadio Centenario, which is like the main stadium. So there weren't tickets don't exist for those games. So this is the only USA ticket from the 1930 World Cup that you can get.
World Cup, holy.
So it's the first U.S. World Cup ticket that exists, basically. And the U.S. lost 6-1, but
God damn.
The context behind that, like you would see 6-1, you're like, oh damn, the U.S. got their ass kicked. It was before substitutions existed, and basically what happened is the Argentine team beat the crap out of the U.S. So like they broke one dude's leg, they knocked out the goalie. It was like 1-0 until like the 60th minute, and then the U.S. ended up playing with 9 players because they couldn't. Yeah. Like a dude broke his leg, and then he kept playing, and then at halftime he was like, I broke my leg, I can't play anymore.
God damn.
So they ended up playing with 9 players, and then Argentina scored I guess 5 goals at the end of the game, and the U.S. scored 1 really late. But so they actually didn't do as bad as the score.
It was 1-0, like fair.
Yeah, but you couldn't sub back then, so if you got hurt, you were just out.
Yeah.
But anyways, just a super cool piece of. I love these. One of my. It's good to have like long-term collecting goals. One of my goals is to have every 1930 World Cup ticket. There's 8.
Dude, that's a big ticket. I mean, Champ don't even know tickets like that.
Yeah.
You just said that's basically the only U.S. ticket because they played in another stadium, and that's a semifinal.
It's a semifinal. It's the only U.S. The only time the U.S. has ever played in a World Cup semifinal. They've never gotten that far before.
Shit, dude. Dude, that's the shit that's gonna be on Golden in like 20, 30 years, bro.
Yeah,
that's a big ticket, and it's in good shape too.
For sure, but
it's in good shape too. It looked like it was nice, like a nice.
It's
shape.
good, yeah. I have another ticket from a different game, and it's definitely in a lot worse shape than this one.
Wow, dude.
The final, I'm probably never going to be able to afford the final.
It's that much, like already.
I don't know. There hasn't been a public sale of one in so long, but I'm imagining like the first World Cup final. I'm sure that ticket sells.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
dude,
I would love to own the full. There's 8 tickets. I would love to own all 8 of them at some point, but dude, I don't know if that's possible.
1930s, bro. That's history right there. I think with those tickets, I think Seb is right. I mean, Seb just disappeared in there.
Seb's like, I'm going to bed.
Seb disappeared, or he got kidnapped, or or
I
his.
think he was on his phone, right?
That's what it was, right? Yeah. It probably died of battery. He didn't even realize it. No, that's a big ticket, bro. That's huge right there. Oh my god! And you said it was against Argentina.
Yeah, it's against Argentina. Yeah, so Argentina and Uruguay played the 1928 Olympic final against each other, and then they rematched in the 1930 World Cup final.
Wow, dude, legendary, bro.
And then some of the Luis Monti played on those on the 1930 World Cup team. He went to Italy, and then won the 1934 World Cup with Italy. There was a bunch of players that left Argentina to go play for Italy.
And they also won in 38.
Italy won in 34 and 38. 34 was in Italy. So there's a lot of and it was during the Mussolini era. So there's a lot of stories of questionable calls for Italy. There's a lot of debate about whether Italy was the best team in 1934, but they won in 1938 in France. I think there's less debate about that one.
Man, I think that's cool that they're playing. I think they said they're the next World Cup. Is it ours? No, or the next one after that? It's the first games in what's called Uruguay. I was like,
the stadium that they built for the 1930 World Cup, the Estadio Centenario.
My bad, guys. Battery died. That's what the feedback was all about.
There we go. That makes sense. But so the stadium that they built for the World Cup. This is another story. In order to get the stadium built by the time the 1930 World Cup happened, they had construction workers working in 3 8-hour shifts, 24 hours a day for 6 months or whatever to make sure the stadium was done by the time the World Cup started. Yeah. That's the Estadio Centenario. It was built for the 1930 World Cup, but it was also built to celebrate the 100-year anniversary of Uruguay as a nation. And then the next 2030 is going to be the 100-year anniversary of the first World Cup. It would have been cool if they I guess Uruguay is too small, but I think they're doing it. How are they doing it? It's being hosted by a bunch of different countries, right? Or they're just doing
so the first game I think is going to be there, and then they said that Mexico's going to get a game.
I think Mexico, Canada.
Well, that's 2026 is North America.
But the one for 30, I think they said that they're going to play, and then they're going to go. Where is it in? Is it in Saudi Arabia? No, where's it at in 2030? I don't even know where the hell they're going to play it at, but
I'm gonna Google it right now.
Hopefully, of all the primo.
Morocco, Portugal, and Spain. But the first 3 matches are going to be played in Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay. So it's all over the place. 6 different countries.
Spain's a nice place to visit too. That'd be a nice place to.
I've never been to Spain. I would love to go to Spain.
Man, I'm trying to go next year to Spain, man.
Discord field trip, bro.
Discord.
Dude, I'm trying to do card shows, bro. That's the perfect excuse for me to to travel across now. There's a card show.
There's a 0% chance my wife would let me go to Spain to go to a card show without her.
She's Puerto Rican, bro. That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, I definitely don't make the rules.
Now you can though work a trip where she goes to Spain, you go to Spain, and then you take a afternoon off.
Yeah, I could probably figure that out.
And you're going with me. I'm Puerto Rican. That ought to help something.
I can't believe we didn't link up in Puerto Rico that one time. We need to do it.
Right? We were both there too. Close too. We was within an hour of each other, 45 minutes. We will though, bro, because I'm definitely trying to have a house out there.
You need to do a Christmas. Next time you do Christmas in Puerto Rico, we'll get you out to the parranda.
I'm kind of thinking about trying to go. So I was talking to my kids. I'm like, I want to do Aspen and PR for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I just don't know which one, but I want to I want to see snow and I want to see sand.
Very different places.
Yeah, no, I know, right? But I want to see snow and sand, for both of those. And PR to me, I think of Christmas and PR.
Puerto Rico is the best. It's 80 degrees. The best weather you'll ever get there.
Partying, the food, the dancing all night.
3 weeks of partying. Everybody's drinking roncaña. Everybody's got their moonshine. It's the best.
And meat is sitting out on the table until the morning.
Yeah, I'll roll with you guys just for whatever.
Let's roll, bro.
Yeah, bring the kids, man.
Whatever. Nah, Whatever they can say.
Dude,
It.
man, this is
I'm good.
gonna be dude. Nah, man, I think all these card shows is, dude. All these. Okay, so let's like go back because I'm still kind of shocked on this. You said there's no public sales of the first World Cup final yet?
Not since like
You know what I'm saying? Like as far as
not since like
clothing or
before those things mattered. Like
that's
there might be a sale from like 2012, but like what the fuck?
yeah,
is that?
yeah.
You know, the 1930 World Cup final ticket, the ticket for the.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Crazy.
I would think that would be a big sell, right? Like that would be huge.
For ticket,
I
yeah.
think so.
Right?
I would think so.
Ticket of the first final? God damn.
I mean, they exist. I think there's like 8 or something in the pop report. Something like.
Oh,
There's,
just
it's not like there's like 2. There's like, you know.
Yeah. So Al has 4 and Scott has 3. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. I don't know. The World Cup, the ticket collectors are a different.
That's a whole nother world. Yeah, dude. Them dudes is lit.
The dude that I bought this USA ticket off, like, has an insane amount of. He was trying to sell me like a 1938 World Cup ticket and all that. I was like, I don't know anything about that, my friend. I got this ticket, and that's the one I wanted.
Yeah, no, that was nice, man. That was a dope piece, man.
All right, let me try to keep this thing moving. So the only Scarone I have is the Andes.
Oh,
so my favorite cardboard sets from Uruguay. There's like the Andes, there's the Crack, and then there's the Super Cigarillos. There's some other like the Apiario Iris is a good one, but it's a blank back. So I think those 3 are like at least my like the top upper echelon of sets from
the
Uruguay.
color in that one, that set is beautiful.
The Andes sets, they're just gorgeous. Like the images are great, like the color, everything is great. It's I don't know. I guess there's like some. Did you ever get any more information about the year?
Nah, I never asked them.
I'm pretty sure it's
random though. That was a random comment.
It doesn't really matter. It's a great issue. The Crack is my favorite set of any of all time. Because it's gorgeous. So I have those are
beautiful, man.
Sazi and
high grades, man. Shit.
Those are super clean.
I got lucky on them.
Those are awesome cards. So this is the Crack set. This is the Andrade.
That's the one he sent me for Christmas,
bro.
It's like they're like photo paper. They're like high quality photographic. They have like the little. It looks like a printed, like a picture frame, right? Like is the border
like what's called like Gucci Mane from.
And they have the back, the cardboard. This is the Nasazi.
Bro, those dude, that is sick, dude.
And then the reason that this is my favorite of the sets is because it has all of the guys from that team that won the 24, 28, 30 World Cup. So it has Nasazi, Scarone, Andrade, those guys. There's the Scarone. I don't have that one. I need that.
Look at his crazy ass hair.
I need that. But it also has the guys from the era before that. So this set has Jose Piendabene, who is like
the legends,
the first big Uruguayan superstar. It has Isabelino Gradin, the guy who was the first black player in an international tournament in 1916. It has there's a guy, Jose Benincasa, who is like before this era of before the 1928 era at least. So it has like it kind of bridges both of those eras together. So if there was one set that I could have like everybody, I would definitely go for that. Has this guy Angel Romano, Angel Romano, who this is the 1924 Super Cigarillos.
That's a cool card.
Awesome set.
Same kind of back, right?
Same kind of back. This guy's nickname was El Loco, and Angel El Loco Romano. He transferred to Boca Juniors in 1915. He was the first South American international transfer. when he went back to Uruguay, Peñarol was trying to sign him and Nacional was trying to sign him. So Nacional basically kidnapped him and took him to like a remote location and just held him there for like 2 months until the season started so that Peñarol couldn't sign him. But he's like a legendary. He was the top scorer at 2 different Copa Americas. Absolute legend of a player. Not talked about as much. And then this is Juan Delgado, who was, along with Gradin, was the other player that in 1916 was a black player that debuted in the Copa America. This is a post-playing career, so it's from 1932 Glorietta. But there aren't any cards of him. This is the only card I've ever seen. There's maybe one that I've seen in like a book, but I've never actually seen it in real life. So I think it does exist, but it's like a ghost basically. But when I first was looking into him, I just like, oh, he was just like another guy who wasn't that great. But he's actually was a really big player too. He was like a center defensive midfielder, holding midfield player, pretty big player. Apparently there's a news article from Angel Romano where he's talking about like the hardest players to guard him. And he says Juan Delgado was like the hardest player to guard me because he was constantly just talking shit and making me laugh, like cracking jokes the entire time I was playing. It was like impossible to play against him because he was like literally just making me laugh the entire time. But so he's another big player that like I'm pretty sure if I sent this to Fanatics, it would sell for like $50 or something. Like I don't think it would sell for that much.
I don't think I've heard of him.
Yeah, because nobody knows who he is, but he was actually like he's an early integrator. He's a very historically important player. He's the heir apparent to this guy, John Harley, who now we're getting into like the early like Uruguayan stuff, which is like it took me a while to actually get interested in like the pre-1924 players, but I started reading into like the development of the game in South America, which got me interested into it. And it's like, obviously the game started in the UK, right? And was brought to Argentina and Uruguay through the railway companies in like the late 1800s. And the contribution of like the South American, like Argentina, Uruguay, their contribution to soccer was like, they call it football criollo, like the Creole football style. And it was basically just like dribbling and flair. And like before that, like the UK game was very direct. It was very like gentlemanly. The Scottish was like short passing and stuff. But basically South Americans invented like dribbling, like taking people on, turning it into something that was more about entertainment than just like whatever, the sport itself. It was like wowing the crowd. So
the fact that you can still read, you need more kids, is what it is.
Spotify has a lot of audiobooks.
Not
like 2 more, Graham.
I swear, I'm almost done. I'm like so close. I'm so close to being done. The last ones I want to show. All right, the first time I ever saw this this book is the Uruguayan issue book, the Uruguayan Bible.
Dude, that is nice. I've never seen that one.
There's a set in here from 1909 called the Domingo Bernini Cigarillos Alfonso.
Okay.
This one right here is Jose Piendabene from 1909. So he's 19 years old there. I just randomly got this like absolute beat to shit copy of it. So it's like probably been left in the rain for 100 years, but like
PSA 10, bro.
That is amazing.
All day.
Only one I've ever seen. And then there's this, which is it's Piendabene and this other guy who played for Peñarol back then. This one has a good back.
Bro, you have that shit?
So
That's
cool.
lit.
And then the last one is this guy, John Harley, who was a Scottish railway worker that
Scots.
The thing it's funny if you like start reading about this stuff, like you'll find all these articles that are like John Harley like brought the short Scottish passing game to Uruguay. He was like super crucial in developing like the play style in Uruguay and all this stuff. And then you'll read another article and they're like, yeah, that's bullshit. Like he was, So there's no like contradicting information, but he was an important player in like the very early game. He was like the first player to kind of link the defense to the attack and tactically influenced the Uruguayan soccer a lot. Jose Piendabene is supposedly, and again, I say all this stuff. It's funny. You'll like, if you look into these players, like there's a guy, Pedro Calamino in Argentina, and they're like, he was the first player to do a bicycle kick. And then you look at like Leonidas, and they're like, he was the first player to do a bicycle kick. There's like 4 guys that they're all, and then maybe it's like they were all just doing it in different places at the same time. But so you kind of have to take all of this with a grain of salt. But
dude, where did you find that 1909?
My
God, when you talk about relics, look at that card again.
Yeah,
that's like
very old.
That's crazy.
Very old and very beat up, but also like
unbelievable. So
it is the same card.
Unbelievable that you found it. Like
unmistakably,
how do you find it?
Bladder control.
And one of them had it back. Like
yeah, yeah. Piendabene is supposedly the first false 9. Take it with a grain of salt, but influential player. There's like all these stories. He scored like a very famous goal against Ricardo Zamora when Espanyol was touring Uruguay.
Yeah, I got that one.
I legitimately think like he's a very big player. I don't know, like that card. I don't know what you paid for it, but I think it's worth more than that.
I mean, honestly, when I didn't know enough about him, but I saw it and I was like, I'm buying. I'll take it.
Yeah, like I think he's like the Balancieri type player, but for Uruguay.
Yeah.
He scored the first ever goal for them in the Copa America. Like was the guy in Uruguay pre-1924 and would have been at the 1924 Olympics if there wasn't that like split in the football federations. And I think if he had been able to be on that team, he would get a lot more recognition for being on that team, They won the Olympics and everything. But yeah, he was the
crazy you found that thing, dude. Crazy you found that thing. Wow.
I didn't find it. It was brought to me,
I mean, the thing is, it
is insane. It's nuts. It's crazy. I was definitely freaking out when he showed it to me.
You're like, yeah, I'll take that, please.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, sure. How much do you want? But that's all the stuff I had. But yeah, I don't know. I love the Uruguay stuff. You have like, I got super into learning about like the development of the game in South America and
super
like,
important though. I mean, that era of players super important and
it's
awesome
like
cards.
The same way, kind of like South American soccer is still similar nowadays, where it's like, there's a little bit more flair. Like,
yeah, it's crazy that it was known for the same things back in the day.
Well, yeah, and it's like there's like it's developed, like the tango was very big back then, like dancing. So it makes like it's all kind of like
it's all based on a tango.
Culturally linked together. That like these things evolved from like feints and doing the tango and juking people out. And the other thing I read, which I thought was interesting, was like the South American like Creole players were so poor that they were like, you can't kick the ball super hard because the ball's expensive and we just take care of it. So you have to take little touches. It was like a necessity, right? Like we got one ball and we can't break it, so you don't kick that thing 25 yards. Like dribble that thing around a little bit, take care of it, short passes, like
change their game.
Yeah,
made it unique.
Yo, I have a question on that book. Tell me more about that book you showed, that reference book, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's not. I wish it had more information. It's everything. It's called El Álbum de Figuritas 100 Años en el Uruguay.
That looks like an amazing reference.
I think they have a new one of that one. That's the newest one. I think there was a new copy of that one, or no?
Yeah, it's not just soccer, or it's not just sports. It has everything. So it has like
Okay.
albums that are like
But
generals.
it had sets from 1909 in it. God damn.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful. Some of the years are wrong in here for sure. Like, there's definitely issues with it, but it's the best that exists for Uruguay. There's not.
Well, yeah.
Hey, but hey, can I ask you guys a question? Have you ever seen this card before?
I feel like I have.
I mean, it's an original autograph. It's pretty amazing. It's a relic.
Is that a champ signed?
Champ auto, bro.
Modern. That's
Hold up. What about that one?
That's
1988.
Some good choking up going on right there.
And bam, you got a back too, bro. Padres like a motherfucker right there.
That dude is definitely legging out an infield.
How did you get that, dude? You didn't tell me you had those.
Yeah, bro. That's like you want to trade me for the Andrade, Graham? Come on, let me know. I got you. You have both of them.
In fact, you have those still. You need to get those slapped, dude.
I know, right?
That's hilarious.
Yo, that book is lovely, man. I love those old books with the reference. Like they just like, yeah, there's dates wrong on like a lot of those, but it's just cool that people already been down those what's called like rabbit holes and been able to like put, because the fact you have that from 1909, that still blows my mind, bro. That's pretty lit, man. It's fucking awesome, bro.
I mean, that was another ghost, like, where I saw it in a book like a year or so before I got it. And then like the guy sent me pictures of like a lot, and it was like in the corner, and it was like super, I mean, you can tell it's like pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that this? It's like, is that the same card? So yeah,
no matter the condition, it's amazing.
Yeah, dude. Those you grab those quick. You don't even.
Have you ever seen another one of those?
No, I haven't seen any.
No, you're not gonna see another one of those.
Another ones of those. Maybe someday. But
cool. I'll take that for Christmas too if you want. I mean, I'm cool.
You did get on Graham's Christmas list.
Hey, you got some things I want too on my Christmas list.
I'll put you on the Christmas list too.
So I want that Scarone you have.
This is all I have. I love this one, man.
Yeah, I love that thing too.
Yeah.
I love this one, man. This was so dope to me, man. I need that crack though, man.
I was looking at before we came on here, I was looking at the pop report. There's across all of the cards, there's like I think 17 or 18 graded.
Of that crack set?
Yeah, and I've graded 8 of them.
Of the crack? Of the one that you had?
Of the whole set though, of every player. Yeah.
On PSA and SGC?
I just looked at PSA. There's probably more at SGC. Yeah, because your Starone's at SGC, right?
Yeah, I got 2 of them from SGC.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Seb's ruining my numbers. Okay.
I'm like, that's all I have. I'll take them.
Those are, I mean, 2 of the best cards you can have from that set. So
yeah,
dude,
I think Scarone is like super underrated. I was telling Seb that like that Orsi plus Ultra sold for $20,000. Again, I was talking about like relative pricing. Like if you look at Orsi's resume and you look at Scarone's resume, there's nothing that Orsi did that he didn't do. You could say the Plus Ultra is like a super crazy rare, but like I don't think there's ever been a Scarone public sale over $1,200 or something.
No.
Yeah, Italian issue for like $1,200.
That's crazy.
No, I think it was what set was it?
It was the Dome on Italia.
The 3132.
Yeah.
I try to go after that one. I couldn't get it.
I remember that.
I that like it's because people haven't just got that deep yet.
I think people are just like, well, I don't know. I think people are very clung to like the historical sentiment about a certain card, you know? They're like, oh, this is like this is what it's been, so this is what it is. And I think at a certain point, like all it takes is one person or 2 people coming in and being like, I don't care, I want that. And then the entire, like, that's kind of what I was saying earlier is like, everybody is like, this car is worth $500, and then somebody pays $5,000 for it, and the next day they're like, this car is worth $5,000. Okay, so I can just go buy
It's so crazy how shit changes.
Like, you shouldn't need to wait for somebody to pay that to be able to see the value in it. Like,
it's so funny too
in your thought process to like identify things that don't make sense pricing wise.
Now, it's so funny when that switch happens. I was like, yeah, you know,
it happens in like a day. It's like,
is it? I'm like, yeah,
it's literally crazy.
It feels like
it happens. It happens immediately,
and like everyone is shocked, and I'm there like, dude, these are artifacts. These to me aren't even cards at some point. Like, these are just like historical artifacts.
They're like museum pieces.
Yeah, like because I mean with cars, you're talking pops 30, 40 low, right? Like these things, I don't see
random
them
ones,
double digits, man. Like
that's
random Italian ones.
He doesn't have that many Italian issues, does he? Because he's only there for 1 year.
I know of like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're.
I remember when that one was on the
missing the corner. Whatever.
Yeah, I remember that.
He got screwed off. No, man, I honestly feel that. I mean, obviously, it's gonna. I don't even think that we're gonna be alive when all this shit hits. But I think years down the line, once this market really gets lit, it's gonna be crazy prices for a lot of these items. Like, it's like you see.
The funny thing is, most of us won't even sell them either. Even then,
no.
Right? Like,
the other thing I'll say is like, it already kind of happened. We had like two people that actually like will spend money join the market, and prices went like
insane
crazy in like a year.
Yeah,
and it was literally like 2 or 3 people started buying.
If Champ jumps in, it's a fucking tsunami, bro. if I was to focus on, if I was to take all the money I'm spending on pre-modern and be really, what's the word, like just what's called like hyper on certain things, and just, you know what I'm saying, like focus on certain players or certain eras, bro, the market would fucking like interstellar out the fucking roof. Because like it takes that, it's kind of what y'all are saying, like that right now there's hunters, right? There's fucking like Jedis that are attacking it, but it just is not enough of them. You know what I mean? Like it's like very small amounts. And I'm hearing these stories, bro, and I'm just like, dude, does the champ have to go swimming in those dark waters? Like, because it's like, man, like I wouldn't even know like where to start. Like I'd have to move Leo to like fucking like
South America,
to South America for a couple weeks.
You don't even have to start buying stuff. You can just start. I would just start like reading up on dudes.
No, I know. No, and that's the thing. I'm sure all these players are in Scott's books. I'm pretty sure it should be, right? Like, which again I said I'm scared to open those books. So I don't want these players to like haunt me in my dreams.
You don't want to get like Jumanji pulled into the game.
Yeah, dude. Like, like, and dude, what's
tuberculosis?
Like, I'm gonna get syphilis. No, like I was peeping out these books. Like I like on the first day that I got the box that I sent to myself, and I'm looking through it, bro. And in my mind, I'm like this is funny to say, but I was like, Scott's a hard motherfucker, man. Like, because I'm looking at it and I'm just like trying to grasp what he's done with these books. And it's like, it trips me out that he's that hardcore into it. Like, this man made reference books, and then he's got images, and he's got histories, he's got rankings. Like, and you see all this, and you're just like, dude, is this where I'm headed? Like, is this where I'm really gonna go? Like,
hopefully,
like end up like.
And a lot of those pictures in the book are his cards.
Right, they're his stash. Like
he has like a bunch of stuff that's like one of one stuff.
He has an unbelievable collection.
Dude.
Unreal. Sometimes he shows me stuff. I'm like, okay, cool, that's beautiful. Like,
I'm gonna just show off some more cool stuff. This is a signed Type 1 photo of Tomozara that I got off Toto. It's the same photo. It's the same photo that was used for this like 1960.
Nice. And that's the Type 1?
Yeah, it's the photo, which is cool.
Oh, cool.
It was used for the Bruguera issue that year.
Where the fuck are you finding this shit, Graham?
This was $50 on Toto Collection.
You overpaid just a little bit.
I know. This stuff is out there, man. You just gotta.
It says $60, bro. Like,
I traded for this one. Al traded me this one. I'll shout out
So cool.
to Al for that. The Brazilian stuff is just impossible to find if you don't know somebody that
Dealers down there.
is like a Brazilian dealer. This
I need
is
to find somebody that Italians. When Italians from that set, I only got one.
yeah, the Sudan. It's 1938. Domingos. One other thing I haven't really mentioned. One of my I feel like you have to like. There's so much shit to go after. You kind of have to be like picky as a collector. You have to have like your like ground rules or whatever. Like this is the shit that I go after. One of the things that is like a very important aspect for me is like home country issues. So like an issue of a player from his home country. Like I think it's the Portuguese issues of Eusebio. Like
The best.
yeah, I will take those over any of like the German or whatever. Even the 63 Panini one that was like I think sells for a lot of money too. Like I'll take a 65 Portuguese issue over a 63. Like
Always.
Eusebio. Some of the 1950. I sent you scans of the Juan Schiaffino album Favoritos. Yeah, that's the 1950. So there's a few 1950 World Cup albums. There's the Balas Futebol, which is like the Brazilian one. There's the Tingals, which are Swedish. And then that album Favoritos is the Uruguayan 1950 World Cup album. So like I would rather have the Favoritos Schiaffino, but I would rather have the Zizinho from the Balas Futebol because I like having like the issue from their country.
It's the best, bro, because it's homemade. It's homemade.
Yeah. So getting like the Brazilian, like Domingos Tagoya is like a Brazilian pre-war defender, super big player. Getting a Brazilian issue of him was like, I was super stoked to have that happen. This is for the champ. This is the Warriors ticket from the game that Baron Davis dunked on Andre Kirilenko, the We Believe team.
Dude, the sideways.
I was at this game. This is my ticket from that game that I went to.
On that live?
I saw that live. It was the best live sporting event of my entire life. I was in high school. I was high-fiving everybody in the upper deck at Oracle Arena before they moved to Chase Center.
Dude, that's what it's all about.
This is like my
your baby.
My nostalgia piece, you know, like I went to this game.
Have that ticket and you went to the game?
I kept it for 20 years and then like sent it to PSA.
What did you get the grade? What was the grade?
I got a 2.
Not bad.
Dude, that's lovely.
That's not bad at all. It's extra memorable now that Oracle is gone because like that stadium was amazing.
No, that team was lit too, dude. They shocked everyone with that year, bro. We
should have beat the Jazz that year too.
Baron Davis was such a baller, bro. Oh my god,
dude! I remember the day that we traded for Baron Davis. Traded Speedy Claxton for Baron Davis. I was at the lab back in the. We all grew up in the dial-up internet days where you had to go to the school library to use the computers to go on the internet, and I was going on NBAtrade.net. And I saw the trade come through, Speedy Claxton for Baron Davis, and I was like,
dude, that's dope, that ticket. I actually, man, so I had a lot of tickets, like I don't want to say a lot, but like 5 or 6 that, bro, when I moved from my mom's house, I had tickets of what's called like Jordan's last game in Houston. I had like a Yao Ming ticket. Like I had a few tickets, man. And bro, I searched everywhere that I would have kept it, and I couldn't find none of my tickets, man. Crushed my heart. I even had like a wrestling ticket from like 89 or 88 in Houston, like a what's called like WWF ticket. I had all these. I had a ticket from when we played against Philly during the what's called like first ring that we got. Like it was the first game that I ever went to. And I remember I had, like I said, a good amount of tickets, and I lost everything, bro. What's that one?
Canton the debut.
Nice.
Oh man,
you ever watch that? You ever see that game Barcelona versus Chelsea? When Fernando Torres he had the ball like half field, it was Champions League semifinals. Anyways, I was at that game. This is one of my tickets.
You was there? Holy shit!
Yeah, I went to Barca a couple times. Saw a couple games there. It's pretty cool.
What the hell
Crystal Palace. Oh, this is Cantona's Manchester United debut.
Oh, dude, that looks in great shape.
Yeah, I gotta send these a grade. What the hell is this? I think this is Rooney's. I have no clue. I think this is Rooney's debut.
Dude, you're packing heat. Shit.
I got a nice PSA 7. The hell was it? It was the Champions League final. No, United won.
Yeah.
9-9. Yeah.
Dude, nah.
I don't have that many tickets. I have like 5 tickets. Actually, no. Here's some more.
Yeah, I don't have like that many, but like I feel like that's a world that I do want to have more tickets. You know what I mean? Like I like the tickets, man.
I don't even know what this is.
They're like underrated, bro.
It's a ticket or something. I don't know what it is. I gotta figure it out.
The champ reads in German. It's Deutschland.
Deutschland. I don't literally. I don't know. I don't remember what these are.
Yeah, that looks more like fucking like pre-war shit there.
Nah,
swastika. Nice, dude.
I forgot. I gotta look up what these are.
Yeah, dude. Tickets is something that I really want to like get into. And you know what, dude? I want to get type 1 photos, and this is gonna sound really crazy to you, but I want to get type 1 photos of mobsters.
Mobsters,
like New York and Chicago, right? Like those eras. I want to get type 1 photos of like Gotti, Capone. Like
I love photos, man. I think they're super cool.
Bro, photos are underrated, bro. Oh my god.
The cool thing about photos to me is researching when the photo was taken, what was going on.
Right? Yeah.
Like, oh shit! Like this was happening. This was happening.
Degeneracy has no limits, bro. I'm down. You want to do mobsters? I'm down with you.
Dude, imagine like getting like a Paul.
So you're in the F1 game too, right?
Type 1 photo from like the fucking like New York Post or something. You know what I mean? Like, and just have like a wall of like mafia photos.
I was trying to get like, I tried to buy like a type 1 photo of. I don't know if you know this dude, Django Reinhardt is. He's like a gypsy guitarist from Spain in like the 40s or something. Who he was like. His caravan. You've seen Snatch, right? Like
yeah,
gypsies live in caravans. His caravan was like they made like tissue paper flowers or something was like what they sold, and it caught on fire, so his entire fucking caravan like went up in flames, and like his hand got super burnt, so he couldn't use like his 2 fingers here, and he like developed this style of guitar where he only played with 3 fingers, and he's like one of the greatest like jazz guitarists of all time.
Sounds like a Guy Ritchie movie all day.
Probably there should be like a Django Reinhardt Guy Ritchie movie. But I found this type 1 photo of him on French eBay, but the fucking guy wouldn't ship it to me in the US.
That's cool.
French, man.
Damn French.
But I thought about doing like old musician like type 1 photos, trying to get into those. But it's hard. There's so much shit. I mean, I need to go the opposite way and like collect less stuff, you know, like
yeah, because then you're really going down the vast route. Like because then you're gonna be like, I want actors, I want this.
It's hard to know where to draw the line, you know.
There's no line. Keep on going.
Keep going for it.
Whatever.
Yo, man, you've killed it, bro. I don't have words to say. I just know that. And this is the first time that I'm actually going to say this. I hope the Discord, this shit better get like 20, 30 likes off the Discord alone, bro. Like,
if anyone makes it for the full 3 hours, then.
Oh, dude, and this is, I'm actually mad. I'm actually mad at the Discord because they, like, the champ is providing a service, right? I'm trying to bring content for us geeks. Like, literally, like, I feel like, everything, if you see every thumbnail, it's like I spent 80,000 at a car show. I traded 150,000 for it.
That's literally what
every
it is.
Thumbnail says that. And here
arena club packs that
everything. And my fat ass is really providing, I feel like and this is my opinion, good content. So it pisses me off. And I'm sorry, I'm drunk right now, right? It pisses me off when people don't show support. That are
you're getting a lot of love in the Discord
about the content and about what's going on in the hobby. And here I am doing like y'all see what the fuck I'm doing, bro. It's like
man, you're making it seem like work, Cam.
But it's pissing me off, bro. So Discord, if y'all don't show me love, y'all want me to turn into the devil, because I will start doing that $80,000 shit at a card show crap content. Like, I feel that this content, what we just went through some artifacts, bro. I don't even want to call it cards and stickers. Like, I think that the items you showed, the histories behind it, the stories of how you grabbed it, how you snagged it, like, that's what the Discord is about. And like I said, it pisses me off sometimes where a lot of these dudes will talk the talk, but they ain't walking the walk. Like, and I'm here, like, this is gonna be like a 2.5-hour interview. This is for history. Like, to me, it's like, once all this stuff is on my channel, I feel like I'm providing a service for a hobby in the next 30, 40 years. Like, I want to see all these episodes. I mean, I probably won't even be around, but where they're at in 30, 40 years, when this was a key point when many people probably saw a lot of these items for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I'm mad at the Discord right now because I said, it doesn't hurt to like or comment or subscribe. The champ is providing a golden service. I'm gonna keep doing it because I freaking love it. I love doing this, bro. You killed it today. You busted out some shit that, dude, I'm trying to get reference books now from fucking, like, what's it called, like, Uruguay. All I knew was like Suarez biting people, and now I'm trying to get dudes with concussions and syphilis. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes that's dying mid game and being brought to life with smelling salts and scoring goals. Like, that's the type of shit that makes me love this hobby, bro. Like, and again, I hate calling it a hobby because I hate when the flippers call it a hobby and fanatics that call it a hobby, because that they're all flippers, they're all sharks. Like, I hate whenever these dudes say a certain collector found a card and he sold it, and I'm like, that dude wasn't a collector. Like, a collector holds, right? Like, so I love that you showed, and you, bro, you have been someone, and Seb could vouch. Haven't I always said, like, that Graham is that guy? Like, we've said this for a while. We've said this privately,
100%.
publicly, right? Like, and
I always tell you too, like Graham for me,
always,
he's always like the dude I kind of look at him like he does it the right way. Like
yeah.
he knows what he's looking for. He researches it. He knows it. He grabs it, and then he moves what he needs to move. He does it the right way.
To keep beating
I've always respected how you approach everything, man.
Dude, him.
Love with being a good friend, man. I always love chatting with you.
Yeah.
Nah, him and Pelkey, to me, are like, bro, they're killing it. Like, I look at those two dudes, and like, you, Graham, you and Adam are like upper echelon to me, bro. And I personally appreciate you, just how you do it, bro. Like, me and you have talked about Benil and Puerto Rico and the Warriors Rockets. Me and you messaged each other during the Rockets playoffs. That shit was dope. Like, bro, I appreciate you. I appreciate just the fact that, bro, we're from different sides of the fucking world, and we're here talking for hours about cards and stickers, histories behind these players, man. I appreciate you. I think this is legendary. I really do think that the Discord is gonna be like, what the hell? Like these three dudes is doing something, like, and that's what I want. I want people to see y'all stories. Seb's first appearance, bro. People thought Seb was
half
fake.
asleep. Like, I'm sleeping right now.
Seb's 2 in the morning over there.
Seb's real. Like Seb's half asleep, but he's real. And this is just like what's called like cool to me, man, because this is what I always envisioned. Like, I started doing this. I'm like, honestly, I know it seems like I'm a social media person, but I'm not. And I started doing this because I felt it wasn't the content. There wasn't enough of the content that I want to see. You know what I mean? Like, and even we all collect different things, but we all hunt. Like, we're all passionate about how we hunt. We're all killers. Like, and so I don't know, man. I just appreciate y'all. Seb, you already know what it is, man.
You know what it is too. You're my power animal, dude. I tell you all, like, you're my power animal.
Man.
Straight up. I think for a lot of people in the Discord and in the hobby altogether, you are a power animal. Like, the vibe you throw out there and just the fun you put into it makes it all better for everybody.
I think you two probably are the 2 people in the Discord with 100% approval rating. I don't know. There's no way that anyone can say anything bad about.
So there's probably a few people ain't liking the sweaty, sexy.
I think a lot of us in the Discord, like, we just have fun. I mean, it's what it's about. I mean, we just have a good time doing it.
Man, it's so nice to just like actually have a conversation with somebody about this shit. Like I said earlier, like I'm thinking about this stuff all the time, and nobody in my like physical life, in my friends or my family, they don't know they have no idea what it is. And I tell my wife some stuff. She's like a little bit more on board now that things are selling for more money. She's like, oh, well, maybe you're not like insane. But like I legitimately at one time, so a lot of these photos I got, this is actually kind of funny. The Uruguayan dude sold me all these like photo albums, and he shipped them to me in like 8 like fucking Corona moving boxes. So I just had like 8 giant boxes of shit show up on our doorstep, and my wife was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, what are you doing? I was like, "Listen, this guy in Uruguay, he sent me these photo albums. I promise you." Like, so that it kind of is like worked out. Like that's why I got that big ass Schiaffino photo, like a bunch of stuff. But no, it's nice to have people to talk to that are like actually into this stuff and are just as psychotic as I am about it. So
we're dorks.
Anytime you guys want to, anytime my wife is in Puerto Rico with my daughter and I can sit here and talk for 3 hours about soccer cards,
dude, if we're in Puerto Rico at the same time, like I gotta come over for dinner.
I'm coming.
Or we have to like go to a local bar or a spot to eat, or even if it's for an hour, bro. I'll drive to you, like
make it happen.
Straight up, yeah, because I'm definitely trying to go to PR like once a year, and I'm actually, bro, I'm thinking about selling a couple of the cribs I have here and buying something out there just because I'm enamored with that island. You know what I mean? And I just want to find a place where I could have a power generator. What's called?
You need a generator for sure.
Yeah. And I just want to be buying shit, collecting, and chilling. You know what I mean? Like raising the kids. Like, and so yeah, man. If we ever are on that island again, we gotta link up. Seb already knows he's coming to Soko, even if it's for a day. He's coming, right? And you, Graham, you got to go to Soko. Like I'm telling you. I'm really gonna have a thing for our crew, like our tribe. I want to have like breakfast on a certain day, or a lunch on a certain day, or a dinner. You know what I mean? Like where we do at least 2 events. I don't want to say events, but like gatherings where we eat, we could talk. Whether it's a 3-hour dinner, a 2-hour bar trip. You know what I mean? Like, because I think that's what it's about, man. I don't even want to sell anymore. Like I'm gonna let my like kids sell for me. I just want to be around geeks like me, bro. Like dude, for me, a highlight. I'm sitting there eating pizza, and I'm sitting like I shouldn't have sat where I sat. I realized it really fast, but I'm sitting with Seb on my left and Scott on my right, and I'm there sitting there like, dude, I shouldn't even be eating pizza with these guys, because it felt like so cool to me, like to be in that space with what I consider a hardcore collectors. Like Seb is like my boy, but I know he's a cutthroat collector. Like he's a hardcore collector, So like I always appreciate that. So tonight to me was special. I hope the Discord appreciates it. Shout out to Brad, Tom, Pip, Zico, Ed, Al, Bill, Jesus, all the fucking dudes from South America that be providing us with all this shit. Yo, 256, if you're gonna sell in any of those crack, man, call me up, bro. I'll buy some crack off of you. Shout out to Nils. Nils has been hunting French, but Nils is selling everything. I'm surprised he hasn't sold the soul yet on the Discord.
My boy.
Bro, he's done, bro. Nils is selling everything. Nils is like freaking like kind of like but yeah, man, this was dope. I'm glad that y'all made y'all's first appearance on the Champ Vanderford channel. And I really do feel that this was needed for our thing. I think there's a lot of lurkers, a lot of people that don't post, that don't talk, and I think for people to see y'all in action, hear y'all, see that we really do this shit, man. Regardless of the era, regardless of what lane we're in, we hunt, we do this shit for real, and I hope that others get that we are all geeks, bro. Don't feel like you are the only one that's nerdy. Oh, I'm nerdy. Nah, bro. We all are. We all are fucking geeks. We all are sticker simps. We all are photo freaks. We all are card whatever. Like we love this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The alliteration master over here.
This was classic, man. This was a classic night. It's 3 hours.
I don't want it to end, man. I still got a little.
Mine's gonna go to sleep. You guys talk about goddamn much.
I'm 3 hours in the past, so you know, like
I know, right?
It's 2 a.m. for you. For me, I'm like it's 11 p.m. No, this was awesome, man. It was great to like put a face to a name and to talk to you guys. And
oh man, this is
hey man, anytime you
guys.
Nah, yeah, man, and I'm gonna do my little edits with all the scans you sent me, and
make it look more like Brad Pitt. All right,
got you, bro. I got you with Brad Pitt, bro. I got you. Nah, man, I'm gonna try to have this up in the next, like, hopefully by Monday. I may, I have nothing to do tomorrow, so I may just work on it. And it's gonna be a lot easier for me now that I'm getting the hang of all the editing shit. Because I want, like I said, I want the Discord to see this shit. Like, this to me is for the Discord. I feel this is for our tribe. Like, I think that they're really gonna love this. And then they better. I'm gonna start smacking people around on the Discord, like fucking virtually.
Hey, this was just a fun time. So
yeah, we did it, man. The first of many, boys. The first of many. It's the
cheers,
plan.
guys.